You've waited all week for your dose of ... stupid.
Quiet down, dummies. I'm talking.
It's hashtag WrestlePals.
Shut up, dummies.
Hey! Hi! Hello! Welcome to hashtag WrestlePals, your weekly dose. I'm just repeating what the intro says, isn't it? We like wrestling, and you know what? We're at a time and place where it's gotten a lot easier to like wrestling. Justin, it's gotten fun again. Oh, I'm sorry. Who? That would be hashtag WrestlePal Justin. He, of course, needs to show the label to the thing. Hold on, turn it. We want to see what the product is. A real man of science. You hear that top? Oh, sounds so good.
Real man of science. Of course. Today. Watch that. Oh. Watch this magic that I'm performing. You're going to have to clean this up later, Nathan. I'm sorry.
You're just pouring it through nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Right
are we
on the
doing
floor.
this? This is what we're doing?
There
Where's
we
it
go.
going?
It's right on the floor.
I can't. Well,
Watch this.
So what you're saying
Magic.
is, I need
Justin is magic.
I need better colored cups.
Hashtag Nate Appreciation Day.
I mean, I can chroma key out any cup you bring if you want. It's not that hard. Pretty much just
This is
move
not
and
a
slide
cup.
up.
This is magic.
This is magic.
I'm performing magic.
And I am hashtag WrestlePal Nate.
Yeah. Hashtag Nate Appreciation Day.
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm hashtag WrestlePal Nate. That's
Yeah, you're
different.
right. Hashtag Nate Appreciation
That
Day.
is not.
Your hashtag WrestlePal Nate on hashtag Nate Appreciation Day.
Shouldn't it be hashtag WrestlePal Nate Appreciation Day?
No.
Can you double
It's
hashtag?
entirely
Can you
too much.
hashtag
No.
a hashtag?
I
Do you
think
have to
the
spell it out if you do that?
The second one negates the first.
So it's like a double negative, a double hashtag is
Mhm.
not a hashtag?
Yep.
So then nobody sees it. Can you untrend? So if I want people to not follow me,
Oh, don't worry. You're not very trendy.
no, that joke. My giant fashion decision before the show was, hey, let's take off the shirt with paint on it and put on one that's all just one color.
I just don't want that one person to click on the link.
I made sure to match the chair, which is nice.
Gotta be honest. That's really the only reason we're on my Periscope.
I know.
Because I want that one person to click. You know who you are.
She clicked one time, Justin.
I know.
On accident.
I know.
I have no idea how long she stayed there.
Probably for all of 8
And
seconds.
she's like, oh, I didn't mean to click that one.
Nope.
Not that one. I wanted to look at cat pictures. Cat. Oh, I'm sorry.
Meow.
Oh, you know, I came up with memories today. 3 years ago, I took a picture of the Kit Kat clock for some reason. I don't remember why. That thing's dead, right? We set it on fire?
I think.
Dakota left because we got all angsty. And by we, I mean me. Justin,
Yeah, Nathan.
this was a fantastic and fun week of not just wrestling, sir, but of speculation, of culmination, and of preparation. What a fun week to play as.
Heads.
Justin,
Yeah.
we had an introduction to the Western world of 'cause I really feel like this is the jumping in point for NXT UK. We had the takeover Blackpool. We have rumors of AEW. He's dancing. He's dancing, Dad. He's dancing. For the tight space we're working in, you do that very well. The feet are moving. You can't see it, but the feet are moving. He's shuffling.
Do what you can.
There's money raining from the sky. It's all like quarters and...
It hurts.
It hurts. But we're professional. We don't react at
Show
all.
no fear, show no pain.
Show no money. Patreon.com/ohijustin.
Show all your money.
Please, show $1. I hear the music, Justin.
Uh-huh.
Okay, look. I shouldn't recognize that music.
Why not?
Because I shouldn't recognize that music, Justin. Yet here, hold on. Just letting you guys know, up next, Temptation Island.
I'm tempted to never watch that.
Temptation Island coming up next. 4 unmarried singles and couples with other ladies and stuff. Temptation Island. That music, Justin.
Yeah.
It's
Very tempted to tweet at Liv right now.
What are you gonna tweet her?
That we're talking about her on the show. That I love her.
Well, it's perpetual. You can send that tweet pretty much at any time.
Mhm.
Whatever show you're on, it seems to worm its way in there. And I use the word worm lovingly.
Chris, hey, pause the show real quick while I run into 7-Eleven.
Go ahead. We'll wait.
Coming up next on hashtag WrestlePals.
He's not here. We can talk about him. Justin, you're only going to miss the live update because I'm sure there is one. How long can he be in a 7-Eleven?
I don't know.
They have 7-Elevens out there?
Yes.
Is it like
7-Elevens
Vancouver?
are, like everywhere.
See, in the Northwest Territories?
Yes.
That's where you grew up, right? In Canada.
No.
Okay.
He's out in Amberina.
Good Christ. Look, I'm 4 days sober, all right?
Yeah.
Leave me. Don't tempt me.
So we're going to go down Lemoyne.
No, we're not. I haven't been down Lemoyne in quite some time, sir. Though I did go specifically. This has nothing to do with any. I went and I murdered Catfish Jackson. You know why?
Because you can?
Because you. Because of you.
Wait.
I went down Lemoyne. I had murdered Catfish Jackson.
Well, isn't he like the a-hole that
Huh?
that,
Yes.
like beats his kid or something?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He had oddly enough, Catfish Jackson had a kid named Nate. Killed him too,
Oh, well, that wasn't very
just
nice.
to watch him die.
I let the kid run.
What? He runs? Oh, he attacked me. Oh, it doesn't matter. Catfish Jackson, you're dead.
Dead as
Yep.
dead AF.
All right, so that's the live update.
No,
Good.
not
Thank you
even.
for tuning in to the live
I was
update.
pausing-
Mind you, coming up after the show, Temptation Island. Temptation Island, 4 singles and unmarried couples have a dog and stuff. They're probably gonna take on
What
some
was
debt.
the other
and,
one that was pretty obnoxious this week?
Mandy Rose,
No.
God's greatest creation, Mandy Rose.
Something about superheroes. Glass? Yeah.
That was okay.
Oh, yeah, there. Ellie Glass in theaters Friday.
Okay, look. I watched Raw live, and it was compelling as all get out.
Yeah.
I watched a Raw. And there's the other bit of news: NXT UK Blackpool, AEW weird news and drawing people in. Weird. And Raw was watchable as all get out, and I enjoyed it. And my favorite thing was wondering when this vignette was going to play out, when this wrestler Glass was going to debut. I was very excited to see who this was, who was being rebranded as Glass. It was exciting.
Exciting times indeed.
Can't wait for him to debut, along with Lars.
Ah, Tucky.
Poor Lars.
Yeah.
Probably poor Lars. All right, the music's over, so live update, that's complete.
not
Live
over.
update, brought to you by Temptation Island Glass.
Music's not over.
Temptation Glass Island. It's an island full of glass. It's very uncomfortable. It's going to be hot if you get under, and it's going to be sharp if you get over. Justin, what happened with Liv?
I mean, it's not a major update this week,
Okay.
but it's still an update.
See, she got married? It's weird.
Don't say that.
I just want to see you twitch. Would that bother you? Initially, it would.
So,
Okay. Was that other War Raider single?
stop it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hashtag Neat Appreciation
Yeah,
Day.
Big Red Eric Rowan's coming back. I'm just saying.
She loves me.
The red and the pink go together.
Hashtag Liv loves Justin.
They'd be a cute
It's
couple.
a real thing. So would we.
Me and you?
No, me and
Nah,
Liv.
man, that'd be hideous.
Me and
No
Liv
one
would-
wants that.
would be adorable.
Oh, okay.
I think Liv and I would make an adorable couple.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what's wrong with me and me? Temptation Island coming up after Glass. Put your glass on the Temptation.
I'm tempted to not even answer your question.
Okay.
Hold on.
Put a pin in that. Hold on to what? You? Where?
No, where
Bring it
was
in.
the thing?
Do I have to bring
How
it in?
far back was it?
Who's
It's a
leading
couple
when we
days
dance?
ago.
What's it
See,
going to be our
I'm trying
song?
to Put the vibes out.
Is it going to be this one? Is this our song? We're going to dance to this one?
All right, we'll just have to skip the verbatim.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, okay. Because you got to scroll through all of Liveness.
Yeah. Well, I like to ask
That's
her.
right. I have an outlet cover. What of it?
I like to ask her questions every now and again,
Mhm.
and most of the time she doesn't answer them. Like, usually,
Well, she's busy and a celebrity.
yeah. Sometimes she, usually she just grabs my tweets and retweets them. just like whatever random junk I'm putting out there. Or occasionally
Don't
if
put your
it's
junk out there. What are you doing?
It's usually if it's like, I love you and stuff. She'll retweet that too. But
What stuff? You said and stuff. Love you and stuff. Define stuff.
you know,
What is she on the level of?
pictures of her like dressed as the Grinch,
Okay.
stuff like that.
All right.
You know. Hey, Nathan.
Oh, hello, sir.
No, McDonald here.
We know. Oh, you broke. What's the matter? Hold on. Settle down. Take a sip. Take a sip of space.
I didn't have a direction.
Try
just-
left. Left is usually
I
pretty
just
good.
had I
Unless
just
it's against the flow of
accidentally
traffic.
went to Norm
Okay.
because of something I said.
It's just security.
It triggered
practice,
Norm.
Does that. Does that. Justin,
So this time
you didn't miss the live update. Don't worry.
Yeah, I asked her, what was the last song that got caught in your head, or got stuck in your head?
Oh, I
and
saw
how long
this.
was it there? I know you did. I seen the likes days later,
Yeah, that's how I work.
and she responded, retweet with comment, that it was basically a quote from Dodgeball. So, live update.
The Ocho.
Yes, on ESPN The Ocho. That's the live update this week.
Duck, Div, Dob, Dodge, and Glass this Friday. Theaters nationwide on an island. Tempt Glassion.
I feel like
Did she just stop? Even Liv abandoned me?
she
Liv left and she wasn't even here.
It's like, nah, man.
All right. What a delightfully accessible female superstar can I alienate next?
I feel like WWE just put out an update, and I don't know what it is, so I was trying to see what it was. So, Becky Lynch.
Don't mind me.
Humberto.
Yeah, good for him. Good for
Okay.
Umberto. Wait. Okay, you don't want to get to that? You sounded upset about that one earlier.
What?
Names.
Oh,
You want to do names?
we can start there. Like, I'm not upset about it. It's just watching the internet rage is ridiculous.
You have to understand, sir. They will rage.
Oh, fuck this company. Ah!
They say that about literally everything. You could be talking about some random razor company, or some random shoe company, or some random company, or maybe it's Facebook today. Oh, why did our stream go dead? Okay, it's back up. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Isn't Bay yet. That is some news. Chris Witt says Nikki is Bay. Nikki Cross.
She's the best.
She's kind of the greatest. When she showed up on, I think it was Monday, I was watching with Kristen, and she's acting all crazy, and I'm like, oh, she's great. And like as she's acting crazy, like, Kristen just starts busting out laughing. She's like, what is going on here? I was like, it's great, right?
You're watching, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It was the best.
They hit a sweet spot this week. Makes me happy.
Yeah, they did.
But she's just going to be Nikki now? Is that what it is? You don't want to be mad about this?
I'm not.
You don't have to be mad about this.
I'm not mad. I just so we'll talk about this specific one, and then we'll get into Blackpool.
Okay.
So Andrade is just Andrade now,
Okay.
instead of Andrade Cien Almas, which is kind of lengthy. Anyway,
You know, I was fine with Andrade Almas. I actually really would have been happy if they wanted to shorten it to get it to Cien. To somewhere just to end up down the road being keeping it Cien. Yeah, it's not great, but it's topical and sounds a whole lot cooler. Tranquilo, some would say. But yeah, he's Andrade now.
hello, Cameron.
Not the worst thing in the world, because I mean, you remember every time anyone else has their name changed.
Oh, F this company. Alexander Rusev was the best.
Alexander Rusev was the best. You know who was also the best?
Rusev?
Rusev is kind of the best.
Without dropping Alexander, Rusev Day doesn't happen. And Rusev Day has given me more joy over the last couple years than almost anything.
It's tight, it's compact, it fits on a shirt, oddly enough. Seems to be a thing they sell a lot of and really care about as far as their branding go. And Antonio Cesaro.
Yeah.
A little lengthy, smooth as all get out. Sounds all right. Sounds classy, very sophisticated.
Yeah.
Cesaro then became a Swiss cyborg.
Beautiful. Love that.
It actually fits and it's not bad. I mean, I don't know. I associate long names with him just because of what he came from initially.
Yes.
Uh,
Claudio Castagnoli.
yeah, it's fantastic. It's close enough to my family's original name that I'm like, hey, I like this guy. I'm going to take the time and effort to spell this. It's gone okay. That's fine. I'm fine with this. The other ones you mentioned were Big E used to
Big E
have a name
Langston.
at one time.
Yeah.
Eh,
It's way better without Langston.
Big
What is he?
E.
Big E's way better.
Yes, he is. Well, he was great no matter what. But he actually, it felt like it was accompanied kind of with a character change almost.
Yeah, a little.
So I feel like everyone every time they've done that conscious effort to change that name, you've had a kind of a character change, or at the very least a portrayal change, or even barring that, some sort of focus change.
Mhm.
People focus on it. It grabs attention. It's different, and that's enough to catch eyes and catch ears to pull in eyes. Cesaro was something different when he dropped the name. Big E, when he became Big E, was something different when he lost the name. And
He didn't need 5 anymore.
no, he did
3 was
four
just enough.
letters. Yes, this is pleasant. This is fine. And then the other one was Elias, which makes sense.
Yes.
He gave him the last name of Samson.
Well,
and
plus he's
had the lisp. And
he's a performer. Like the whole idea is he's
it fits into his catchphrases now.
Yeah.
Walk with Elias. It's very curt. It's very succinct. It pulls everything into something very brief, yet remarkably identifiable. The smaller you can distill something down to and still have it be identifiable, you've cut it. You've cut away all of the excess to the very bare minimum. That being said, I'm willing to let Andrade grow on me, but Andrade had his name cut, so
and then proceeded to have what was arguably the match of the fucking week.
yeah.
How about that? Shut up. It's fine.
But that's the thing, though. It's usually accompanied by a bit of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Your name got cut for a reason. That wasn't just he decided to do that. That was somebody higher up saying, hey,
This guy's doing great.
I want to get my hands on this and move it around a little bit. I want to change a little bit of something, and there's pretty much only one dude who does that. That means somebody's... Yes, he is watching.
Well, the word on the street has been that Vince has been very high on Andrade since he came up.
Absolutely.
So he's like, but he's not moving the meter. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
something happened this week.
yeah, like an amazing match with a legend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a novice watching going, what the hell are they doing? I haven't seen anything like this. It's like, well, this is like some super lucha stuff, man. This is great. And we're getting to see it with two of the best. Have it at it.
Side but related. This is my favorite Mysterio. Like, I've always liked Mysterio,
Yeah.
but I am in love with Rey Mysterio right now. Like, he's gone out there being amazing. Like, it's insane to see, after all these years, him still finding new things to do. And still doing...
That crucifix bomb was like my favorite spot of the night.
Jesus.
Good Lord. And that's when you see two people at the height of their game working with each other and a massive level of trust between the two of them.
Cornette probably
it's
hated
fun
it.
stuff. But I did giggle. I know I'm supposed to take it serious and watch wrestling because it's serious. I giggled constantly at Rey Mysterio this week just because it said mask on the side of his mask. And I was like, that's in case he forgets it and he tries to put it on. What's wrong with my pants? My pants have a mouth hole where they shouldn't. That's not good. Hold on. Oh, wait, this is my mask. What's wrong with my shoe? My toes is poking out. This is ridiculous. Mask. Hold on. Could someone write shoe on this for me, please? That's your mask, sir. Okay, thank you. Who are you? He puts the mask on. Oh, Ray. Oh, why you had that mask on your foot?
So,
Mask, you say?
Matt wants to know if we're going to talk about wrestling this week.
This is wrestling.
So he's got a wrestling update for us. Are you guys going to be talking about wrestling this week? Because this week on wrestling, Nikki got her stuff from John, and Bree was considering another kid. I love
Naki.
wrestling.
I really wish they would just take Total Bellas, remove Nikki Bella, put Nikki Cross in there. It would be a fantastically more watchable show. Or as I call it, Raw and or SmackDown. It was great.
We're doing well,
God
Cameron.
damn it! Don't make me talk about Total Bells. I didn't watch it, but then I did hear the controversy of she had to like turn off the cameras in the car while she went and picked up her stuff because it wasn't supposed to show stuff and whatever. I don't know how much is real, how much is fake, or how much is we portray ourselves in these public personas.
Hollywood.
So we control that image by not showing you at times, so you speculate on it. doing more with less, making you talk about it because they didn't show you everything.
Magic.
My cup is blue.
Necky. Play with Necky.
This is fantastic.
There's lots of news coming down the pike, too, that we'll have to get to later.
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
some releases and stuff. But NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. Too many words, first of all. That's entirely too much. Like that was the whole name, all of it. Why can't it just be Blackpool? NXT TakeOver Blackpool.
Well, you want the UK in there.
Okay, so
That's
NXT
part of
UK Blackpool. Let's leave the TakeOver out.
That's a little bit long, but they want to make sure that you know that it's a takeover.
I
It's
know.
a pay-per-view thing. I mean, if we just include the name of the city, is that enough?
Yes,
Or do we just call it NXT UK Takeover?
that'd be fine too.
But then that doesn't brand it. We want
Ah.
to show that it's a big thing that travels around. This isn't just one stationary little. This ain't no podunk little backwoods.
NXT UK
did-
TakeOver Blackpool. Too
did-
much.
Do they have back?
Oh, it's my face.
Do they have backwoods in the Kingdom of United?
I'm sure.
Oh, okay. It's ain't some podunk little backwood
You never heard of
town.
no Robin Hood?
What?
Sherwood Forest?
None of those men were very merry.
Mhm.
Maybe Trent Seven.
To the forest, hoo-la-la-dee, golly, what a day.
I had no idea that was the Robin Hood song until years later. I was like, why is this hamster dance slowed down really slow? Oh, because I'm old and I was on the internet when things were cool.
So you're saying you're today years old?
Yeah, sure. Look at that mic technique. He ain't going to whistle right into it because that would sound awful. That sounded sweet and delightful.
Did it? How's this sound?
I'm going to put my face right on it. Look at that. Perfectly fine.
Nathan.
Comfy.
I loved the TakeOver Blackpool because
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe you mean NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool United Kingdom all caps Walter. Brought to you by Temptation Ass Glass. I didn't mean Temptation Ass. Though you got to admit, it's probably what the show is
pretty
about.
tempting.
Sorry.
That ass is pretty tempting.
We got to get the promos in there, sir. Glass this Friday on Temptation Island. NXT UK Blackpool Takeover. Take it over there. Leftovers.
Hey, you're welcome, Chris. Apparently, I reminded him to buy a gas cap for his Jeep. You're welcome. Why didn't that pop up? Oh, okay, never mind.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I also want to show off a little bit of commitment here.
Of course.
And actually,
Of course.
I'm really happy with this one.
What's happening?
I really like this one. Look how
Oh,
cute
she's
she
just on the
looks.
subway being adorable.
Look how adorable she is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think her and I would make a cute couple?
You gonna get matching glasses?
I just got these. So, I don't know. Those like super round ones would look weird on me, I think.
Take your glasses off.
I don't want to take my glasses off. Takes his glasses off.
Super Justin? Put them back on. Oh, hey, missed you. What's up? So really, you and me wouldn't work?
God.
All right.
I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm just saying I'm
Oh,
more
I am. It'd be awful.
dedicated to live right
I'm
now.
incapable of having any sort of thing healthy, like a meal, relationship,
That's not true.
a sleep schedule.
I feel okay. That is.
mental.
Mm-hmm.
NXT UK Takeover : Blackpool. I'm pronouncing
Chris,
the colon now.
Make sure you get a gas cap. Duncan for Uncle Paul Brown football ball. Word up. NXT Blackpool.
NXT UK Takeover : Blackpool.
So
Temptation Island glass.
I've been watching NXT 2013
Yeah.
and actually coming up on this Friday. We're recording the pre-tapes for February for hashtag Wrestle Party. Which
Wrestle Party.
you can get by going to
Patreon.com/ohijustin.
We're doing NXT Arrival, the very first
Oh.
takeover.
Very nice.
So it's the 4 leading up.
Now, are you watching? This is like NXT really forming into a, hey, we're leading. This is the first time they're leading into a main event show. And they didn't have that like vibe necessarily of, hey, this is going to be a constant thing.
No.
This is going to be a 4-time-a-year thing. This is going to be a companion piece to the Big Four.
It felt like it was really just
Oh, this is going to be a one-off.
Let's make sure we can go live on the network.
Yeah.
It was basically what it was.
Hey, man, whatever.
Yeah.
Take an opportunity, run with it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily mean just performers, man. Production dudes down there making some hay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
Temptation Island.
Tempted to just never say Temptation Island ever again.
Well, I'm Island to Temptation.
All right. So, a very, very similar like feel
Yeah.
to what NXT UK has been doing. Like again, like I said last week, like you miss one of the reasons I'm so upset at being so far behind on NXT UK isn't necessarily because I'm missing the show.
Yeah.
I'm missing this opportunity to see these new characters, these new people that like who's in these 4 episodes that we're watching.
Who's that?
CJ Parker.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's when he's switching from the Moonchild to like the bastard version,
Mm-hmm.
like the protesting version, and so like again in the 2013 ones I'm watching, there's a lot of like Xavier Woods before he is what he is now.
Yeah.
Like when you look at that Xavier Woods, even though I loved him, like he's oozing charisma, like he didn't do anything in NXT. Like he technically shouldn't be anything. Like he's a real testament of just go be you, go do.
Right.
Because again, you saw what happened when he came up. You saw like when you see what he does on NXT, but like meeting these characters and watching them grow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm missing about watching NXT UK. Because if you just watch the takeover, then it's all these pretty well established people.
I was watching for the first time, and it was a jumping off point. I was being introduced to them for the first time. It wasn't a build up to something. This was my jumping in point. And it's not a bad jumping in point, man.
No, not at all.
But you said you got that same vibe of or have you been watching the weekly program leading into?
I caught up as close as I could.
Okay.
I think I ended up being 3 episodes away because they started releasing 2 at once. So
that
it was like
that was
I
rough.
can't.
I mean, good for them for getting it out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't have enough time to do that. I can't.
I understand.
I
That's
mean,
that's why watching a full Raw and a full SmackDown is like, wow.
Yeah.
It made me invest time. But the NXT UK takeover Blackpool was one of those things, like it definitively commanded time. I was very excited that the UK got to have a show at a reasonable hour for them.
Yeah.
It sucked that it was 2 p.m. Guess what time I went to work that day?
2
2 p.m. I was very sad, but I came home and I got to watch. And
Well, again, the takeover show is not very long. This one like is close to the 3-hour mark. It's a little shy of that.
it was like 2.5, maybe a little more. I think you're right. Closing in the 3 hours, definitely.
Mostly because the main.
I was waiting for the tight like 2, maybe 2 and change, but nah, man, they gave it time, and I think everything on there was worth some time. They had a pre-show leading into it, but this is your very first one. Don't be constricted by it. Tell the story proper.
Hold on a second.
Do the matches proper.
I'm just trying to picture what War Island might look like. Also, Matt says he'd watch WWE Island, but would you watch #WrestlePals Island? Would you? Would you do #WrestlePals Island?
What is this involved?
I don't know, an island?
Oh, then I'm out. No. Oh, I thought it was
Just
just
us on an
I
island?
thought it was just a clever name. I think I'd survive all right on an island.
I mean, all right.
I mean, for like 3, maybe 4 whole days.
We'd have to broadcast while the whole time while we're there.
What the hell else we doing?
Just like, hey, we can't watch wrestling. There's no internet, but
So we're just gonna have to wrestle. Find some wild boars, go hunting.
wild boars, wild boars.
Guarma, what's up?
God damn it! Have you gotten the Guarma yet?
No, I haven't gotten the Guarma. I killed Catfish Jackson like a minute ago.
All right.
I'm hunting
NXT
you.
Blackpool.
I'm hunting. NXT UK Takeover: Blackpool Island Glass Temptation.
So I didn't take a lot of notes here.
Mm-hmm. We didn't really have to, because they stayed with the broadcast was 5 matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've kicked off, and this has become kind of a weird NXT thing. They're kicking off with that hot tag, man. For the titles, you had
Mustache Mountain.
Mustache Mountain, who they are, as somebody that's coming in as a jumping off point. We've been introduced to them through other NXT things. They have a thing, And we've been introduced with them with British Strong Style appearing in NXT, and we've had the Trent Seven and Tyler Bate with NXT tag champs there for a minute, right?
For like a month, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Pete Dunne's been here and there and all over everywhere, and they were kind of rolling. He was kind of rolling. Anytime he would roll around, they would roll around too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wonderful thing. So they were like, as you're being introduced to some, you're not completely foreign.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they're British,
They're foreign.
British,
To
yeah,
us.
they're completely foreign. That's how countries work. It's like, oh, I know these guys. You got to go in there with, oh, I know these guys. I mean, I knew that going in, but
New video project.
yes, sir.
So both Jenny and Matt said that they would live on #WrestlePals Island.
Yeah,
Guess what's happening?
What?
We have to figure out how we're doing #WrestlePals Island. It's gonna have to happen.
Does it
Sorry.
involve temptation?
No, I'm tempted to have it involve temptation.
How about Entenmann's?
Yes, there will be Entenmann's.
Absolutely.
And definitely no Dunkin'. By the way, was saying the word donuts really that strenuous?
Wait, what?
It's not Dunkin' Donuts no more. It's just Dunkin'. Because
Is that
pretty
is it,
tedious saying
is
the word donuts.
Is it really? Is
Yeah.
it real?
Yeah.
Did it happen on the internet when I wasn't looking?
I don't know.
I wasn't looking. Did it happen on the internet? What else happened on the internet? To keep me abreast.
A lot of people angry about
Does-
Andrade losing his name.
Hey, about all your base.
all your base. I don't belong to us.
Okay, so they still are belong. Okay, to us.
Not you.
Huh?
Us.
Oh,
The other us. Oh, do our wrestling crushes get to come live on the island with us? I don't know.
who's your wrestling crush?
I'm not going to ask Liv to come live on the
No,
WrestlePals Island with
no,
us.
she doesn't need this garbage. What's wrong with you? No, of course they're not coming. No, they're celebrities and highly trained, skilled athletes and entertainers, and they have jobs. Yo, they're busy. They're doing things.
Oh, we don't?
Touring the world.
I don't.
You're making a job,
this is
dude.
my job.
Patreon.com/hi Justin. What are you doing? Get over there.
Look, everybody's in for WrestlePals Island.
All right.
Chris, Ellie, Philip Allen Buckley was glad that Mustache Mountain didn't win. So we should probably talk wrestling.
Yes.
I think more people are here.
NXT UK Takeover : Blackpool Island of Temptation Glass.
Matt, that's the wrong crush.
Who's the wrong crush?
John Laurinaitis.
It's not bad. He just misses Super Dave. That's
Yeah.
all it is. And John Laurinaitis is about to close. Yes. So Mustache Mountain is my my gateway into this match.
Right.
So
So
going
they're
up against
young grizzled veterans.
I didn't know them as this. I didn't know anything about them. But by the
They've
end of
only
the
been a
match,
team for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks,
which is
leading into
fun.
the tournament.
So leading into that, it's you're having to definitively establish face dudes who are representative of the company. Mustache Mountain is you can be associated with NXT UK. It's fantastic. Do I need to?
I thought we were going to, but
No, come
Ran
on,
out of
man.
time.
There we go. Is this appropriately ridiculous?
sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta put that back down. I felt evil, and I don't know why. And Sonata.
EVIL, Jack.
Yes. So Zach Gibson and what's his face?
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off.
That's what I knew by the end of the show. I didn't know what they were saying, but I knew for some reason I had to take my shoe off.
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off.
I had to put both of them on
James
so I
Drake?
could take
Is
one
that his
off.
partner? I
What's
know
that?
it's Drake. James
It's
Drake. I
Drake,
think.
yeah. I have it right there. I'm sorry. James Drake, Zach Gibson. And yeah, I was actually very happy that here's the titles so we can establish them as the dominant top team. And Zach Gibson definitely had a very remarkably hateable vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's Liverpool's number 1.
you saw the sign in the crowd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude had the toilet with the little animated number 2. Well done. Okay, first of all, before we get to this, can we talk about the real star of the show?
Me?
Yeah, you. I don't even mean that mean. You great. You know this. If you don't, now you do. All right. But still, me.
I love Liv Morgan.
All right, fine. Second banana to live. Happens. The crowd was something special.
Fire? Yeah.
Dude.
British crowds rule.
They do, and they're coordinated. Like, I'm watching SmackDown this week, and they can't even get Happy Birthday together. It's like, you've heard the song, right? Y'all have these every year, probably, right? Sing the song. I mean, Miz did a fantastic job of singing badly, like he's supposed to. And the crowd was just like, we can't get it together. And like some other chant earlier tonight, can't get it together. Meanwhile, the British crowd is like, well, we're spontaneously writing a stanza.
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off.
Like, whoa! Why did that start? It sends a message, and it's a thing for the fans to have a thing, and not take away from what's happening.
Whoa, Trent Seven Army. Whoa, Trent Seven Army.
It took me a minute to get that. It's like, oh god, that's okay. That's fantastic. Because I really felt like Tyler Bate is like the star here. Zach Gibson is the star awful dude, and then Trent is daddy. I guess
Seven. He's the best.
He's great. He's great.
The best.
And then I felt like James Drake was kind of why am I doing this? Was I don't want to say tag along, but I felt bad that he didn't have a chant. But you know what? He was delightfully awful as well, and was evil and awful in a different way. But he did have a very like bro-ish vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that carries over in England or whatnot, but if maybe it means something different there. The double Shankly Gates thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
So I'm torn on this. Number one, it's a fantastic match. Super hot open.
I can't tell you how excited I was because I knew it was coming. Chance of big strong boy. Look, however you feel about it, I did that up to the time you arrived. I've been saying it constantly. Big strong boy. It's great because he's a big strong boy. It's great. How can you? It's adorable, and I endorse it 1,000%. And then I took my shoe off and held it up for some reason.
Because you hate Zach Gibson. Take your shoe off.
I don't even hate him, but I love hating.
That's what's awesome about McGuinness and Vic on commentary.
They were really, really good, dude.
Nigel's always like, put your shoe back on. But I hate him.
I was like,
It's the best.
I think he acknowledged at one point, I'm surprised half of these people have shoes. I was like, what?
God, I need to watch that special. Nigel McGuinness is
I know,
something
I meant to too.
Yeah. But anywho, so again, I'm torn here. So it's a tournament situation, and lately, I hate bad guys winning tournaments only because, especially when it's like an inaugural, like
Feels like the culmination is getting taken away from you.
well, unless they do something terrible, like Pete Dunne really made a name for himself in the initial UK tournament, but you've got the good guy GMs coming out in Triple H, and they're raising the arms of the bad guys, and we're supposed to cheer and give our adulation to the bad guys.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Like, I got it for the women's Evolution show, but it was a little too much of a, hey, we had the first women's this. Let's all get together and hug and celebrate. It's like, no, have the match and have a good match. And then have that be the end result. Winners and losers, not everybody celebrating
Those
together.
tag belts are gorgeous, though. I love those tag belts.
They're different without being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the design.
They're very nice.
They're different, and there's only one set.
And I love the idea of Mustache Mountain lending credibility. The credibility that they've so rightly earned.
Yeah, well, that's been the point of them being there, is to they could carry the division when necessary. They're like the New Day of NXT UK. They're there to lend credibility and hold the titles when necessary, and build feuds by making other people look credible, and when necessary lose and have the people what.
Philip Allen Buckley's with you. Big Strong Boy was his favorite chant of the night.
It's my favorite chant of forever.
You're
it's
wrong.
It's the best. Big Strong Boy.
No,
Big Strong
sorry.
Boy.
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off is the best chant.
I don't have shoes on.
And then followed by Whoa, Trent Seven Army.
It's great.
Remember when it briefly was Enzo Amore? Oh, when they went to UK. Oh, Enzo Amore.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anywho.
Don't act like he won't be somewhere around here. It'll happen. So yeah, man, that was And that was an NXT takeover match, dude. Hundreds of false finish type things, long ass match, main event tag team match, somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. It was long as all get out, and it was great. And there was tons of times where like, well, this is the end, and then it wasn't, and then it got bigger, and then it got worse, and then it got bigger, and then it got worse, and good lord, a hell of a way to kick off a card, and it was high energy the entire time because big strong boy.
Stop that.
He did the weird double airplane spin. It's like, all right, they had to work really hard to get into that spot, but all right, I can appreciate it. Big strong boy. Big strong boy.
I'm gonna chop his face off. So up next,
Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Devlin's going to take on the
Kiwi
Buzzsaw,
yeah.
Travis Banks.
That's it. Yes.
And they've been teasing that one back and forth. Devlin is the Irish ace.
Yeah.
And you never bet against the ace, first of all.
Little things like that, man. It's distilling your branding down to a phrase and or a tiny little a motif.
Yeah.
Not even an idea, less than an idea. The core of an idea, just a basic motif.
And I love that, the whole thing is, there's a guy I've got my eye on. He's, all about his nation and thinks he's great, but like, nah, man, I'm great. He's not.
Yeah.
And so he attacks the Buzzsaw. He attacks Banks before the card starts.
I hate watching people in suits fighting.
Yep.
Yeah, that little vignette like, oh, he's beating them all over town, beating them all over proper society. Oh no,
Yeah.
their little suit. I hate just the tight fitting suits fighting is just like I'd rather have like a plastic bag around my head and just be like like every once in a while because I'd feel more comfortable with that. I don't want that. I'd feel more comfortable with that than watching men in tight. It's not even that it was tight clothing. It was tight like
tights.
They were like yes, they were like tight like 3-piece suits with like a full on like a waistcoat and like a jacket, and they were all tight and form
Did you
fitting.
say Abe Lincoln?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I did. God damn it. But then, yeah, first of all, Travis Banks' entrance, fantastic. His gear, the half mask thing,
Yeah.
that was a hell of a look. I dig it.
I like that he switched to tights as well instead of the trunks.
Yeah,
The tights look good on him.
it looked good. The whole presentation was good, and then he got taken out, and that wasn't bad either.
And
So
then always run your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Devlin grabs a mic and starts, it's now time for interview time.
We got a moment, don't we?
Nathan, it's Norm Macdonald here, that Jordan Devlin, is getting the ring there for NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, I forgot the colon there. That's all right,
Never forget the colon.
that Jordan Devlin, he kind of a, Irish, one word probably used to describe him,
Ace?
Ace.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry, dude.
Thanks.
I really thought you were going Irish. I'm very sorry, guys. I effed up. I'm sorry.
But
amazing
he's the Irish
but.
ace.
Yes.
The Irish ace. So now he doesn't have an opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a bummer. There's only 5 matches on this card.
I don't know.
Is there any way we can replace him, maybe?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
We were excited for this one. Damn it. We're not going to get any resolution of this story. Jeez. I guess we're going to have to tune in. This is the beauty of it. We're going to have to tune into the next NXT UK to watch the continuation of the story because Travis Banks is going to come back.
yeah.
He's going to be pissed.
Yeah, he is.
This smarmy a-hole.
And then, is it Sid that comes out and goes, no, you know what? You're not getting away with this. We got somebody that we think can.
We have
wrestle
a backup plan.
you." There's a plan B.
And then they wandered off.
Oh, look at Ace over here.
Shut up. And then they wander
Mr. Cool.
hastily off stage. And
Mr. Cool. Ace.
mhm.
You might call him.
That crowd deserved something special.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
then they
rare.
got it.
It's rare that I ever say that a crowd deserves something
Mhm.
extra.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I'm angry at a crowd.
Well, because they'll get to the point where they kind of half deserve it, and then they'll start chanting, "We deserve it," and you'll be
Or-
like, "No, you don't. Now you don't."
or
Nah,
CM Punk. And it's like,
happens.
oh, you just erased all the cool things you
Oh,
were doing.
man, what you doing? What you doing? Why? Why you do this? No.
Nathan,
Hmm?
Finn Balor was plan B.
can I point out this was the kickoff to what's been magical this week.
Yeah.
There's a universe, Justin.
Yeah.
Everybody exists in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
They play and they interact. Everybody exists, can cross paths with anyone at any time. This is
Like
the first
Marvel.
week that things felt like they existed together.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the magic of Raw, magic of SmackDown. And it kicked off with this moment, which made me like hyper aware of it. Finn Balor is existing in NXT UK as well.
Yeah.
Because this all is the same company, and this is all one big universe, some would say. Which is funny because they've also had that, what was that, Worlds Collide?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think they're
That's-
gearing into it, and you know what?
It's gonna be Brands Collide. Yeah.
I hope this is indicative of what's going to happen from now.
It's gonna be 2 of 5 NXT UK and NXT.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Worlds Collide is.
Oh well, UK. Oh, that's fine. All
It'll
right.
be fine. Not
Hey,
what I was hoping.
But
it'll be
then
fine.
at the same time, you have something like Balor showing up.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
This crowd deserved it, and they got it. And guess what? We didn't get this weird main roster Balor that we've had for a little while,
Mhm.
which appears to be kind of gone now, which I kind of enjoy. It's like I'm gonna take the smile, and put it over here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
This is fighting Finn Balor, yo, and the crowd's so coordinated, so ready to participate, so high energy. Balor's entrance, amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And you know what? It made it, when he came out on Monday night, made it that much better. I felt like they were that much better because of it. Because Balor has a buzz about him because he exists in a goddamn universe. It's amazing. And then they proceeded to just tear the goddamn house down.
Yeah.
Because Devlin didn't look like he was getting schooled. I mean, there was points of it where he's supposed to be.
Mhm.
But he's in there with Balor. He's holding his own. And it's giving, again, credibility. He's not going to win, not in this case, because it's a surprise. He's a bad dude. He's surprised,
Bad
but this is
dude.
a surprise good guy opponent. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't fair. And that's how he gets to come out of it. This isn't fair. I wasn't ready
I wasn't
for that.
prepared for him,
No.
but I did love his trash talking at one point. Hey, coach, because he
Mm.
trained under Balor.
Yeah.
So, hey, coach, look, check this out. Punch you in the face.
Acknowledging.
Yeah.
Acknowledge what we know. It's good.
Yeah.
And it was great, dude. And that shows that anybody can be a main eventer. And
Yeah.
Devlin is somebody to pay attention to. Why? Well, he was in the ring with goddamn Balor.
And had a great match with him.
Yes.
So that moves us on.
Mastiff and Eddie Dennis.
Oh, my God. Okay, I want to point out first, because I haven't gotten to this yet.
Mm.
I like this Eddie Dennis.
Yeah?
I like him a lot.
Because I was thinking the entire time, I like this Dave Mastiff.
No, he great too.
My people.
He
Hey,
great too.
just thick, stocky dudes. What's up?
Bomber.
I'd say big, strong boy, but that's been taken already.
Bomber Dave Mastiff is
Mm-hmm.
his name. Dave Mastiff is pretty great too. But I like this Eddie Dennis. He's a fun heel, and like, he's got everything. His gear looks weird, man.
Mm.
I know that's very nitpicky of me.
Hey, man, when these are the nits that you're picking,
It just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he would have to switch to make me not go, man, what? He looks funny. The coup de grace, on Monday looked crucial. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
On Cena. Yeah.
well, I mean, did he at least stand out to you?
I mean, he has, because the character work on the television show is
Mm-hmm.
good. And the brutality between these two leading up to this has been good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like the weird long short things that he's wearing,
Yeah.
because he's really tall.
You sure they weren't just short longs? It's fine. I don't care. That garbage joke brought to you by Temptation Glass. Available on the island.
Oh,
Hmm?
at least it's not Diddy Island. Remember that one? Diddy Island. Diddy
Oh
Island.
my god, that dude did a thing and we made fun of him. Sorry, dude. Sorry. But this was going to be the come down match of the night, and they brought out the toys. They made it no DQ. They gave it the stip, and it was the hey, go out there and have some fun, yo.
And they were pretty brutal with each other, and big dudes doing big things.
And it wasn't super long either. A little over 10 minutes, maybe right around 10-minute mark. And it served its purpose. This was going to be the come down match where people got to take a breath because they've just blown everything on Balor. Sounds awful, but they got this amazing thing, and this is where they could have lost the card here a little bit, but they didn't.
No, it was
A blood feud culminating.
It was a nice way to kind of pump the brakes a little without
Stopping
slamming
the card.
on them.
Right.
So it was like, whoa, let's chill out for a second. Watch these two dudes beat the hell out of each other for a minute.
Hey, you guys have been chanting straight for an hour. Well, I might add. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you do deserve it, but you're not saying it, and that makes me love you even more. NXT UK TakeOver, Blackpool crowd. You're great. Calm down a little bit. It's going to be okay.
Man, we're almost halfway through it.
I'm sorry. But then it gets to Pete Dunne's sister versus Tony Storm. How do you feel about the Rhea Ripley?
I love her.
She's young as all get out, dude. This has been my thing. Now that I'm an old man, I officially became an old man like 3 weeks ago. And it's okay. It's not bad. And I know people have you scared about it. It's really okay. I'm sorry I touched you. We're not allowed to touch. Not anymore. Not since that show. But I always
I love Liv Morgan.
I know you do. I know, and that seems to be the problem between us. But that's okay. Rhea Ripley is like young as all get out, and she hasn't been in it all that long, and she's great, and she's developed into being hi, here's my character, and it is awful, and I'm an awful person, and this is wonderful. And she's going in there against Tony Storm, but Tony Storm had the weird controversy, and
She back.
It sucks that's like the first thing that has to be kind of addressed there.
Yeah.
Deleted a lot of social media, and everybody thought, oh well, I guess she's gone. No, screw it, I'm back. What's up?
Yep.
Oh, you looked at some stuff? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm also one of the finest women wrestlers in the world, so enjoy that, why don't you?
Yeah.
And we decided to enjoy that, and it was fantastic.
Which, yeah, again, like that was the thing I was worried about most, is a hit to her confidence, because her confidence is such a big part of that character.
It's huge, man, and she carries it, dude. It's part of who she is. Without that, she's not who she is, man.
And those two tore it up.
Absolutely.
Oh God, it was so good. And
They didn't do a women's match; they did a wrestling match.
Yeah,
and that's been the thing, yo.
I love how dominant Rhea Ripley can be. She can be super dominant. I love the way
She exudes it now too.
Yeah.
She didn't like when we first saw glimpses of her in the Mae Young's day. You saw the beginnings of it. It's like, wow, she's got a hell of a lot of potential, and then you see it being culminated, or not culminated. See it being cultivated, and it's like, hey, put some character behind that, and everything you do is exponentially better, and you're seeing the results of that. They had faith in with her to put the title on her to establish it.
Yep.
And it's been good. She's been carrying that title for a while. You wouldn't know it.
A couple months, yeah.
Yeah, enough to be credible.
And then Tony Storm walks away with it, who is, again, like you said, one of the finest women wrestlers in the world, period. Absolutely the face of a brand.
Can definitely be.
I think she's a wonderful talent, and so you had the point. She works well from underneath. She's probably a babyface for life. I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
No, especially when it's done right. Especially when she can be a badass too.
Yeah, that's been that sweet spot that a lot of people don't hit. The baby faces always look stupid, and they always look incapable, and then they squeak one out, or they overcome ridiculously.
Yeah,
but nah, man, this is a capable warrior who's going out there honorably and able to hold her own and defeat going head to head.
And she looked wonderful doing it, and it was a big moment, and I was so happy for her, and I'm so happy that she's back on. I mean, I know it's silly to like, oh, I hate that she wasn't on the internet for like 2 weeks.
It's fine,
but
you're allowed to go away from the internet. For a while.
Totally. But I love the idea of being able to go, hey, I just watched that match on NXT UK. You were awesome. Even if it doesn't get a like.
Hey man, if they see it well, it's not about that.
No.
If you're being genuine about it, it's not about you. It's showing that appreciation. If they see that in a down moment, they deserve that because they gave you some joy.
Just as an aside, one of the things that happened on Raw to your like all these universes exist. This is one place. So Lacey Evans was backstage on Raw.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor walked by, and she was standing there with Dana Brooke. And so I tweeted at them. I was like, look, I'm not saying I need Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans in a team called Flexi Lady. I'm just saying I'm not against it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's fantastic.
It's kind of great, right?
It's some kind of not bad.
Flexi Lady.
'Cause I've always had a soft spot for Dana Brooke. It's pretty fantastic. I feel like she's tried so hard. It's just
she hasn't gotten any time. Like
Yeah,
the only time she really got was when she was with Charlotte's Apprentice. That's it.
or even like doing bookkeeping for Titus Worldwide.
Yeah.
And even then, that's not in ring time.
I really wish Emma didn't leave the company, because right now them as a credible tag team, they were so good together.
Well, Emma's got a new home in ROH right now.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I think she's finally like cleared too, right, to actually come back to the ring.
I didn't know she was not.
Yeah, she wasn't. She hasn't been wrestling.
Okay.
So, back to Blackpool.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
No. NXT UK TakeOver, Blackpool, Island of Temptation.
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off.
Glass.
If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off.
You know what? Also, was proud of, and there's another reason why to like the NXT UK Takeover Blackpool crowd. Tony Storm wins and like jumps into the crowd,
Yeah.
to celebrate, and
Women never get to do that, by the way.
and
They
because
can't.
yeah, I'm expecting, like, part of me is like, okay,
Please
oh
don't.
God,
Oh,
please
God.
please don't, please
Ghouls
don't.
everywhere. Ghouls.
Here they come. Here goes. Good God. Nah, man, they were treating her like she was a wrestler who just won a match. You know, hey, yeah. It's like, please don't grab her thigh. Please don't grab a thigh.
Yeah.
They're her thighs. Please don't grab them. It's like I'm willing it with my mind. It's like, don't. And they didn't.
That was
Yay!
Funnily enough, that was something I noticed. I was like, man, women
Please
never
don't
get
grope
to do
her.
that. Please
Please don't
don't.
grope.
Please, for the love of God, don't.
And they didn't.
And they didn't. Thankfully.
I mean, it only takes one person to be an a-hole, and we only needed like 4 or 5 of them there to not be a-holes. We got a good crop of not butts. What's up?
Thanks.
Thank you, NXT UK TakeOver. Didn't touch the coal in Blackpool. Well done. Temptation all over this island of glass.
They did not give in to temptation.
Or islands or glass.
Good for you.
Well-
they live on an island, Nathan. So there's
Any
definitely an
temptation over
island.
there?
No, none. Maybe to leave.
America, right?
I don't want to be here either.
All right. You want to go home to Canada. I understand.
Jesus.
Tony Storm, big feel-good moment. Crowds up and crazy for this match. It's like, man, how are you going to have any energy for anything left?
And then, you know
What can happen now to give you some energy?
At
Good
this
Lord.
point, I'm looking at the thing like I've now constrained myself into it's only going to be like a 2-hour show. Like I just assumed, because the first God knows how many takeovers were right tight at that 2-hour mark.
It's produced for a reason.
Mhm.
It's produced to get you to that mark and be done with it.
So I'm like looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me that Dunn and Coffey are going to go like 12 minutes or whatever it was?
What is this, Skrull versus Okada?
It's like, this is crazy. They're not going to get any time. I mean, they're going to get time, but it's going to be like a TV match? Okay, weird. Nah, man.
And, you know, and think of that, too. It's like a jumping in point for me, right? I know Pete Dunne.
Right?
I've seen Pete Dunne. I enjoy Pete Dunne. I don't know Joe Coffey as much, but I've seen a little bit of him.
That Gallus theme, though.
Yeah.
So good.
Big, tough dude. Big, strong man. Not boy. Man.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going into a main event match, and I'm thinking to myself, is this going to be main event length? How long are they going to go? Are they going to go 15, 20?
Yeah.
Nah, dude. They went, there it is, 43 minutes they went, dude. You don't get an opportunity out the gate to work a main event length match. That's 43 minutes.
Now, look, I've been known that
I'm
Pete
yelling,
Dunne can do that.
What's that?
I've been known that Pete Dunne could do that, but he hasn't had a chance
You haven't
to
had,
do that.
yeah. Where do you get to do that?
There's even on the main roster, they don't really get to do that.
No.
43 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Captivating the entire time, too.
Yeah.
You talk about sweet spots
Hmm.
because what was it? Omega and Okada did an hour.
Yeah.
and it felt like too much. Even though it's wonderful storytelling, it just felt like too much. 30 minutes when Rollins and Ziggler did that for the Iron Man
Yeah.
didn't feel like enough.
Yep.
43 is literally just about halfway between those. Beautiful.
It felt good.
It felt right. I paid attention to the entire. Again, I didn't take many notes because I was captivated by the show.
I think we both took the same note. Or I thought the same thing, and I knew exactly what you meant. That tumble off the top rope was.
Yeah.
And I think you said it was gross.
Yeah, those spills from the top looked gross
I hate to say that.
because it happened like 2 or 3 times.
Well, yeah. A lot of people said, they blew that spot, so they set up and did it again. So,
Wait, an Amber Alert? Oh, from Kurt Angle. My beautiful 16-year-old niece, Marjani Akil, got abducted today by a 19-year-old guy. Please call the police if you have seen this girl. Long black hair with blonde highlights, gray long-sleeve shirt, blue jeans, tan boots. Last seen January 16th, 3 p.m. on Glenbrook Drive. And abducted by, wow, they even know who. Abducted by Jermaine Rogers, red sedan. So if you're watching this and you see a person who looks like that, or if you see that car, call 911.
word.
That's a very weird thing to break in with, but
Oh,
shoot.
dude. Well, sorry, not that I'm like expert dude here or anything, but
you know a thing or two.
when you know the dude, it's not usually a good sign, but the age difference isn't too much, so it could potentially be runaway, you hope,
Yeah.
and not so much abduction, because abduction and you know the person, usually a pretty bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh, hopefully they come home safe.
Yeah.
So it happens, and the Amber Alerts are pretty fantastic for that, getting the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Word. To 43 minutes this went. That tumble from the top, and then they set back up for like kind of this similar spot, and then they both go down with
Yeah.
it. And it's like it did look like they set back up for that spot again, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it did look. I wish they just scrap. It doesn't matter. But they had their match booked out. They were going to do it, and damn it, they did it. And it looked rough the first time. It looked rough the second time because it was supposed to be rough.
Yeah.
So that plays into it a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that Gallus theme. That's something else. Those are some big dudes.
I'm getting introduced to Joe Coffey.
Yeah.
And I get to see him
So
in a
you didn't see the
full-
second tournament, did you?
No.
Okay.
I'm getting to see a full-length main event a match with him as like my first real introduction to him. I knew he was kind of a bastard. I seen a little bit of him, clips
He
here and there.
Flipped because in the second tournament he was a good guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he made it like I don't know if it was the finals or the semis, and then like he turned on whomever, I don't remember now, but yeah, he became a bastard by the end of that tournament, and he's just been a bastard ever since.
So he had a story he
and
told
his
throughout
brother.
the tournament.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. If you can develop a character and something that's designed to show off not so much character but ability and matchups you not normally going to see. If you can develop a character while doing that, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That being said, I enjoyed. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah.
And that proves to me that the roster is going to have depth enough to have main events, yo.
Like real ones,
Yeah.
Because I can see Tony probably going that kind of length too.
Mm-hmm.
You give her the right opponent, I think. Right now, Dunn is the runaway star though of that brand.
This is fine. I'm glad they didn't take it off him, and they're getting that billing, and this is part of building the universe.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving that billing as 600 plus days as champion,
Yep.
and that's making it mean something. And it's being said in the same breath as a Brock Lesnar, as AJ Styles run, as Bryan's run, in the context of the modern era of which everybody's in at the moment. You know.
And you know what's crazy is like he's rapidly approaching some of those like historic runs too.
Well, it's over now.
Probably, possibly.
So, Justin, the show wraps up.
How do you feel about capital letters?
They're great. It's the best. I enjoyed myself on that one, so I don't care. If you did enjoy, by all means. it gets to the end of the show. Pete Dunne wins. Good. Giant celebration of like, hey, good. This happened. Good job. Good job. Great show, guys. Have a good night. Hey, there's the logo. I'm guessing it means it's over.
Yep, guess it means it's over. Nah, man.
You don't trust an NXT logo. I don't care if it has an uck after it. You do not trust it.
Mm-mm.
Because there's going to be another 15 minutes of show. Dude.
So Walter is one of these guys who's been on the periphery for me. I still have yet to see like a full match.
I've heard the legends, and that's what it's been. Legends. This isn't just a, hey, we're talking. Did I splash? I'm sorry. This isn't just a, hey, we're going to talk about this guy. Hey, this is a guy you should watch. It's been like, hey, this dude is something, man. This dude's something. I did watch one match of his.
Yeah.
Walter versus PCO.
I knew it.
Of course you knew it. Remember when everybody said this is the match of the
PCO.
weekend? And I was like, of what? Who's this giant dude? Who's that giant dude? That was that giant dude? Okay. Oh my God. He chopped him till he bled.
And he wrestled not a human.
Say it like say it.
PCO is not a human.
Why did I drink? Why did I drink when you did that?
Sleep. You still haven't watched any of that.
I'm
show,
going to
have you?
watch that as soon as we're done with the show.
Months. You've been saying that for months.
So going to watch it right after Temptation Island, after the show, followed
Are you
immediately by
tempted to watch
Glass.
it?
What's that?
Are you tempted to watch these Destro?
I'm definitely Island too. Island. Put it on the glass.
Put it on the glass. Put it on the glass. I like that Walter shows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though he's clearly, Pete Dunne, I'm coming for you, N-word.
Sucker.
Kicks old Coffee in the face instead. It's like, yeah, that's going to be you soon. I like that.
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity. Just I'm not using these big words, small words. Look, the name Walter is not a scary name until he showed up, and then you were like, now remember earlier when we were saying, hey, what if Steve Austin was just Steve?
Yeah. Well,
That can work, dude.
no, what's funny is, he's Andrade. But these are the same
Guys
people that
are
are
like,
going,
Walter's here. I hope they give Walter another name now, but I hope they give him like Billy Walter, like make Walter his last name, and they don't capitalize the Billy. Billy Walter.
Billy Walter.
And he comes out to Dvorak's New World Symphony.
course you know
Fantastic.
that.
What's that?
Of course you know that.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I made that sound, literally. That's not a good sound. Shouldn't be proud of that sound. But I'm telling you, by doing the sound, because I don't care, it was that good. It's like, that's letting a dude keep his theme. Letting a dude keep his, dude.
I like classical music.
As a
themes.
big, dumb, stocky dude,
Yeah.
right? Apparently I got to get me a weird giant coat because that makes you look really cool. Word. Dude. The name Walter scared me. He comes out and he puts the little arms behind the back, a little thrust, and dominance exerted, yo. Damn.
I kind of hope they let him run on his own, but they've put together a team on both NXT UK and NXT now.
I've seen. I went back and watched that match.
Eichner and Marcel.
Marcel Bartel
Yeah.
and Fabian Eichner.
Yeah.
Who
Eichner's impressive as
yeah.
F.
For real, I mean, Walter's what, Austrian?
Yes.
So they got an Austrian, a German, and an Italian. Please don't do it.
I think they're calling them the European Union.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Because what's his face was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The German one was doing the thing.
The Germans.
It's fine. And okay, easy.
The two of them are now both wearing black tights now too. So
Bad dudes.
bad dudes.
But yeah, Walter's something else, man.
I'm looking
And
forward to.
Walter has that quality too of I don't need to be big, strong, muscle dude. The same thing that kind of Lars has. Lars Sullivan, or just Lars now. Speaking of cut names. Listen, he's not using Sullivan. Walter Sullivan. Here we go. It sounds like some dude you would buy something from on Craigslist. Like, it's an old woke. Never mind.
Press
I need
L2.
I need to buy a bureau. Can I? Hello, my name is Walter Sullivan. I'm here with the Bureau.
Press L2. You can either greet or antagonize.
Antagonize.
You don't want to do that.
Followed immediately by... Ow. Ow.
Did you see he had his debut match? It leaked because they did the
did.
first tapings.
For the love of God, yeah. It was documented as Walter's first NXT chop. and people like... there's a little bit of like hey, who's this dude? Oh, so he's known for chops. That's what he's known for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's chops.
Mm-hmm. Chopsalutely.
And then there's whatever this is. Significantly
chests in?
harder than you've ever seen. And then, but he's that
And
one-dimensional.
then?
People worry that he's like weirdly one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, he ain't. He's got a hell of a character already, and he hasn't even had to say anything. So it's leading into we're coming out of NXT Takeover : Blackpool Island of Temptation Glass, and we're coming out with hey, we have direction and story. We got Tony Storm as a new champion. We got Pete Dunne with a credible threat, a beyond credible threat. Pete Dunne is having to go in as an underdog going into this with this unstoppable monster. Man, looks like radioactive Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Like he looks weirdly melted, but oddly deformed,
Up and at
but
them.
somehow stronger. It's terrifying.
Up and at them.
And then more story with the development of Devlin and the UK titles in the hands of some bad dudes who need some comeuppance and some shoes off.
So I mean,
That's fun. It's a hell of a jumping in point.
you have you can have the story of Mustache Mountain chasing now,
Yeah.
which could be fun, or you could develop a new babyface team and Mustache Mountain can move on. There's a lot you can do there. They had the first airings of the new show today. Wednesday in the afternoon is just not good for me. I mean, that's why you have the network. I'm going to see if it was 2 episodes again, because hopefully they went back to the 1. If it's the 1, I think I can do that.
I think they're to the 1, but...
Because if it's to the 1, I can start getting NXT or 205 back in. Because
This 205's going back to the Tuesday now.
Yeah, I can start watching it after SmackDown instead of waiting till whenever I can get to it to watch it.
That being said, NXT's forcing its way into being must-see, man.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Oh my god, I can't wait to do the pre-tapes this Friday for NXT, because there's again like the similarities here. It'll just be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
But if you haven't watched Takeover Blackpool yet, do so.
And again, if you've watched leading up to it, fun resolution and establishing of the brand. And if you haven't, hell of a jumping in spot.
And it's a good wrestling card. All right, what do we want to talk about here, as far as, because there's a lot that we could probably get to.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to stick with the idea of the same universe?
Yeah, I think that's been my thing, man. That's been my hype point for the week. Because I sat down on Monday night, and I don't usually watch Raw or SmackDown or any of them live. I really don't. I usually end up doing like Hulu version of Raw and like catching clips here and there when necessary.
Yeah.
SmackDown I'll usually scan through pretty quick, and if I'm going to watch matches for the sake of matches, I usually skim through for story. I hate to say it. I'm the soap opera type. I'm the soap opera dude. Everyone else likes wrestling. That being said, I did pause and watch the entirety of the Andrade versus Mysterio match, and it captivating as all get out.
Again,
as somebody that doesn't like the action as much, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I have to point out again, like, I don't know how this makes me sound. I've always liked Ray. Like, he's just kind of like, I grew weary of the Ultimate Underdog story a long time ago.
Or when they treated him like garbage.
Yeah, but now they're treating him as what he is, a legend.
Yeah.
And he's just going out there and being legendary. It's like,
he's at that point where wins or losses doesn't matter, but a loss can mean something huge for somebody else.
yeah.
And a win is like not necessarily expected, but well, of course, he's legend. He doesn't have to be, oh my God, he just barely overcame all the goddamn time.
And the fact that he's still being so inventive, this deep into his career,
Yeah, man, this is the time when he should be resting and like, okay, hey kid, I got these 5 spots I do.
619.
I'm gonna drop a dime.
Drop a dime.
And then I gotta go drop a deuce. And then there you go. I'm done. What's up?
So it's 2. We're gonna only do 2 spots. That's it.
I don't want to do that one. I don't know. DDTV small package. You're done. Right? I'm gonna do that. I'm old and I'm tired. I ain't doing it for this crowd.
He didn't have to work that hard
He doesn't have to work that hard ever.
with Andrade, but he did. And Andrade comes out on the other side of it huge. Like, again, clearly the company has big plans for him.
I asked you this question earlier. How tall you thought he was? And you thought he was like, I don't know, 6'1", 6'2"?
even? Yeah.
Somewhere at 6 foot at least. He looks huge. Looks like a big strong boy. A big strong
A
Eho.
normal height, like my height, maybe.
Shut up. Tall guy. What up?
I'm 6 even.
5'9". Like I know
I
he's
still
wrestling
know.
Ray,
I
and I
know.
know Zelina Vega is like 3'2", 3'2", 3'1".
She's
I don't know.
short, yo.
So he looks huge compared to everybody else. 5'9". I was like surprised. But whatever, physique wise and gear wise, it makes him look tall and strong, and he looks like a giant luchador.
Yeah.
But still fits within the world of luchador.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be the land of. I'm sorry.
So,
This apology brought to you by Temptation Glass.
Take.
Okay,
Is that what
That's
you
what-
got to start there?
that's what it is, dude. Okay,
So did you like the introduction of the NXT characters?
Yes.
I see a lot of complaint. Oh, this is how we're introducing them.
Yes, and it's important, and it's good, and I'm going to tell you why. Finn Balor can go to NXT UK, and it's a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
but it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
All I want is that illusion that it can happen. I want everybody to exist in the universe, because this was a complaint like about a year ago, leading up. Long time when we had Balor versus who was he fighting forever and ever? It doesn't matter. Balor specifically felt, and Bray did this a lot too. Balor and Bray, I always felt like this. They felt like they did not exist in the world. And even Matt Hardy to an extent. They felt like they were somewhere different. And every time you got to a segment with theirs, it felt like a completely different show. And that segment would exist on its own, and then it would end, and then another segment would start. Nothing happened. There was no cohesion between the stories. They didn't exist in the same universe. And as a result, when it would get to that, you could take or leave. Hulu could rip out parts of the show. You wouldn't even miss it because you wouldn't know, because it's like we booked this segment, we booked this segment, we booked this segment, but we didn't create a show. With the introduction of these NXT characters and whatever's happening, whatever magic's happening with the show now, man, there is a universe and everybody exists in it. Everything happens in real time and everybody's there. Backstage is a living, breathing place.
I bet you the Hulu version of this week's Raw sucked.
I ain't watching it. You know why? I watched it live on Monday night because I was compelled. I was like, I'll watch the beginning segment. Ain't no big deal. Man, compelled all the way through.
It was
All the way through Temptation Island. It was the best.
The most cohesive Raw in months, easily, but arguably years.
And the viewership was up, and I hope that was the reason. But, I mean, you can't necessarily say that viewership is up from something magic that happened this week. Gives you kind of your build into. But I hope they build off of this. I hope it's a jumping in point. And it starts with the... What was the first thing to happen? Was the Braun segment that kicked it off?
Yes.
Because Braun comes out, and Braun is not like Mr. Mike, man.
Okay, yeah. So
He had a
comes
rough
out,
promo the week before.
That's what I was gonna say, but I feel like we should save that for after this segment.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes out and I'm Braun, get these hands.
If he came out and said, I'm Braun, get these hands, I'm fine with it. And that's a fantastic segment.
Baron Corbin comes out, I'm Baron Corbin. End of days.
He can say whatever he wants. Because guess what? Boo.
Yeah. I was so worried that he was going to lose that heat when they took that role away from him, but nah.
Nah, man, he's if you listen to his speech pattern, he's slowed it down like even more, and he's making you listen to it. He's commanding you to listen by talking
Nathan.
slower and then down to you, but not nearly as slow as
Nathan, I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
It is me,
Hmm?
Randall K. Orton,
The K stand.
the most scary letters
Hmm?
in the W-E-R
Well, no, you only had 2 letters in that, W and E. What, that's not-
R-K-O.
Is the R silent?
Randall
Oh.
K. Orton,
That's why it's K in his middle name, because
Is
this is, oh!
my name.
I get it. I had time to have an epiphany in the middle of your sentence, you slow talking southern. You and Catfish Jackson, get the hell out of here. But nah, man, Baron's keeping that by commanding it. He comes out and it's go away, moo, boo, boo. But it's not go away. It's like go away, not just go away. It's oh God, this guy, and it's like I'm going to waste your time. I have a lot to say, so of course you do. Of course you do.
No, it's great, but
Mm-hmm.
he draws the ire of the Monster Among Men, who then chases him backstage and runs into a limousine, which just so happens to be Vince McMahon's, which they showed you at the very beginning of the
Yes,
show.
that's
Vince
what that
McMahon
was.
pulling up, and Braun proceeds to destroy the window. Well,
Well-
first he beats up the driver.
And to say, as far as expanding the universe and everybody existing in it,
Mm-hmm.
Braun is like looking for Baron.
Oh, yeah.
There's Elias. Like, I'm gonna sing a song. I just sing songs back here, Braun.
Yeah.
Hey, easy. I know we've had, almost like weirdly acknowledging things. Hey, I know we've had some stuff before, but I'm gonna give you the information you need because you beat me, and so I respect you. He's over there in the limo, except I said it in song form.
Yeah,
And then he keeps playing as Braun goes away and gets slowly quieter, and is like, oh,
it's kind of the most wonderful thing. Yeah.
Elias exists in this world, and he's ready to. And he's had issues with Corbin as well. It's like, I'm gonna tell you where he is because I don't like that son of a bitch. Hey, I know we've had problems, but we both hate that guy. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Exist in the same universe.
Yep.
And Braun does limo things.
Yeah.
Why'd the driver get beat?
I don't know.
He's an old man.
He smashes the window and pulls off the door and just destroys.
Why'd you smash? I don't know if you know this, but if you smash a window out of a car, the door falls off.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with that.
You have to be really careful. Corbin runs off. Vince McMahon shows up and goes,
no.
You enjoying your gum?
He doesn't say anything. He just reacts. He mimes. To which Braun's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I follow the mime.
I know you do.
You enjoying your gum?
So they go to commercial break, and you have to assume that he hasn't said anything the entire break.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been standing there in awe of bad stuff that's happened. My favorite thing of the night, Braun tries to put the door back on. And and he gets it up there for a second. He lets go. It stays there for about a 1/10 of a second and then falls to the ground. And it made me happy so much that I went back and I watched it again. Like, look at it, it fell down. What's up? Never crossed the boss.
Find $100,000. Was that what it was?
This piece of junk isn't even worth $100,000. Oh, yeah? You want to raise your voice? Talking tough?
Yeah, you ain't gonna wrestle Brock Lesnar now.
And exerting that McMahon dominance without being an a-hole about it.
Mm-hmm.
Half giving people what he wants by still being a jerk, kinda. But it's only because the boss is crossed. You should have never crossed the boss.
Now, there's a lot of things to pull apart here. Number one, Braun flips the limo, does limo things.
Yeah, it's fine.
I need
Thankfully, there's little plates there for the tires to go against. It was weird how those were put. Okay.
I need Braun doing that stuff again.
Spectacle.
Because
Be some spectacle.
that is where he excels.
Mhm.
Clearly, you gave him a live mic, and he failed miserably last week. I hate to put that, but number one, I was already not excited for that match as it
Right.
existed.
Because we've had it and he lost.
Last week, you give him a live mic, and he drops a bomb. He completely bombs. And I don't like doing that to somebody, but that's what happened. But
It's okay.
he
Did he
rebounded
lick his lips?
with
That thing that happened last week, it's going to do it again, but different this time. Yep.
he rebounded from it this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is definitely a better spot for him. They take him out of that match, which just automatically gets me excited for the match again. I'm like,
was-
okay, cool. Maybe it'll be somebody different.
Yeah, and it takes that albatross off of Braun too, man.
Yeah.
That was a weight he was going to have to carry. It's like,
You
hey,
missed
hey, dude, we got to get everybody excited about you without being tired of you.
you missed the chance. Like, I'm not saying he's never going to win the Universal Championship, but you missed the chance to crown him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's over. It's gone.
Yeah.
like the chance, like when he was the hottest, to crown him and go, yeah, that's our guy. You missed that.
Right.
You can build him back to the title, but he's not there right
But
now.
I mean, at that time they were still eyeing Roman Reigns was going to be the dude. Roman fully deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine. Also, then some pictures of Roman coming out. Looks like he's doing pretty decent.
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
Keeping the hair. What's up?
All right. Good for him.
But yeah, man, Braun gets that albatross of this match off of him,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe he gets to go into the Rumble now. Fantastic spot for a big dude.
Yeah.
Everybody gangs up. He does the thing where they all explode off of him. We get maybe a face off. Is a show healthy?
I don't know. He showed up for like those couple weeks, and then he disappeared again.
We get a show Braun standoff again. Corbin tries to butt in. Corbin gets thrown out, and then everybody gangs up on Show and Braun, and they get thrown out. And then Truth comes out. He's only 17, and he's number 30. Something crazy. It'll happen.
Here's
Fun spots without being just beaten.
Yeah. So then Vince goes to the ring. He's like, oh, so we need a new opponent for Brock. And who's it going to be? Cena comes out. This is a great spot for Cena.
It is.
This is wonderful because that's what you expect, especially they already said Cena's going to be there. That's what you expect.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to stand up and I'll do it. I'm gonna
This is
take
what I
this."
do. I stand up and I get those. I take those opportunities because I deserve them. And then call back to the ruthless aggression.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, a little
Felt a little
heavy-handed.
forced, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I appreciate the recognition of where this all started
Yeah.
and why you're where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you
And then
your hair.
Then beautiful, following it up immediately, Drew McIntyre comes out. Shut up, John.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
lot more comfy this time around.
yeah.
As it was a couple weeks back. It was like I felt like Cena like really like shut him down on the mic, not in like a hey we're playing and I'm playing my part and you dropped the ball, but in like a no I'm shutting you down.
Yeah.
It felt very forceful, almost like what are you gonna do about it? It felt like I don't want to say like hazing or bullying or whatever, but I'm sure they had it planned out and knew what they were doing. But man, it felt like it was a full-on shutdown. Drew did not allow himself to get shut down this week.
Yeah. Well, what I like about that is because
He never will again either.
No, he won't because Cena keeps going to that line of, and he's right because everybody's been coming at him with the same lines, movies and you're going to be part time and blah 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 blah.
Dude is no-
blah 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 blah.
Hey. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Now,
Never forced the norm. Never forced.
you've had Becky Lynch confront him as Becky Lynch. Stood her ground.
Look at that. Living in the same world, in the same universe.
And then
The man transcends.
this week, Drew McIntyre does the same. Stands up. Nah, man. I'm not saying the same thing everybody else is saying. I'm saying this. Beautiful. Dig it.
Yeah.
And then Corbin comes out. I'm Baron Corbin.
Boo. I'm Baron Corbin.
And then wonderfully,
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor leads it off with, I'm tired of being left out of these conversations.
I'm the
Almost-
only one here that's been a Universal Champion.
Also wonderful.
Uh-huh.
I like because it goes to what you were saying before about how like he's felt completely disassociated
Yeah,
from the rest of the
yeah.
roster. This is like I keep getting left out of this and feuding with everybody but the title. Like give me this effing thing. Give me the chance.
Yeah.
And Vince goes, look at you, man. You're small. Look at all this beef in the ring.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, if you could take it to McMahon on a mic, you never had. The truth is, you've never had faith in me, and like he's looking him right in the eyes
Yeah.
and saying it too.
Which Vince, I guarantee you loved.
And he's like, yeah.
I smell money.
Yes. Oh, what is this? Anti-authority? I think we could do something with this. Well done. And Balor again coming out. He's not smiley. This is serious. We get to take him seriously.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And he goes, I know you're not going to listen to me. You still don't believe me.
Mhm.
So I'll just show you. And then attacks Corbin.
My first thought immediately was, okay, well, here comes a 4-way, and the winner's going to go to, okay, that's
Yep.
predictable, that's fine. It's like, and then my first thought, I hate to say this, but this is the role they've had him in. All right, so Balor takes the fall. Who's going? Drew? Cena? Here we go.
Well,
Hey, Corbin.
Before
I ain't going to let Balor do it.
yeah, before Balor comes out, I'm like, the money here is Drew, and Balor wins the Rumble. To me,
Can be.
to me, that's the money because you have more of a build there.
Mhm.
You have a chance for
If
Balor to bring out the Demon at Mania for the championship with Drew. That's the money. Clearly, I was wrong. Balor. Well, okay. First, though, Jinder goes, "Why did I get left out of this?"
Good
Backstage.
for him.
Yeah,
And it was an aggressive Jinder too.
yeah.
But he was also smarmy, underhanded. Like, look at him doing Healy things.
Dig it.
Yeah, but he's also like, it's like he's trying to remain as calm. Like, I'm centered. This is fine, but I'm a smarmy a-hole. Ah.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna get there
What's
when we get to the Intercontinental Championship later.
But so yeah, Jinder gets to be a bad dude.
And he gets to beat up because Vince goes, "You pick one of those four guys.
Uh-huh.
You wrestle them. You beat them. You
Should've
get
picked
in the
Corbin.
four-way." Should have picked Corbin.
pick
He picks Balor though, because
Because Balor's been that dude.
Mhm.
He's who gets beat. He's who gets beat. Hey, we need a ring full of beef.
Yeah.
Bring out the Indian beef. That doesn't sound good.
no.
The Indian beef from Canada, by the way.
Balor and Mahal have a really good match.
Dude, I love that Mahal is having good matches.
Yeah. But more importantly, Balor gets the big win, so he gets to stay in that fatal four-way.
Yeah.
But also looks like, oh no, now they just gave the out for Balor to lose.
Well, he's tired. He can't possibly go. Who has that good of cardio? Oh, Balor.
But Balor wins the four-way too.
With the sickest coup de gross, because it was, whoa.
On Cena.
Good Cena as a wonderful human being
Mm-hmm.
and knows when to do what's necessary.
Because even then, I don't even think this was scripted. Because if you look at Balor, like, he's like, huh? Cena grabs a mic and he's like, "Yeah, this guy, he's great. Like, I believe in him."
Mm-hmm.
That's like a real moment. Whether or not it was, it felt real.
Put him over, selling him,
Yeah.
bringing him into the universe, man. He exists in a world where he could compete with John Cena and win.
Mm-hmm. So he gets Brock Lesnar at the Rumble.
The first posters we've seen.
Mhm.
Ooh. They got the back shot of Balor with the pulling the jacket and popping the collar up. Versus, it looks like straight out of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, dude, with a giant like beast head up here,
Yeah.
and then Balor down here. Oh,
So I wonder
Mhm.
if, because the Royal Rumble to me is a babyface win. It always feels weird on a bad guy.
winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does a babyface from the Rumble on SmackDown win to take on Bryan? Balor takes the loss here, only to turn into the Beast and get, or the demon rather, to wrestle the Beast at Mania.
Oh, okay. See, I can dig this. Because I got a bad feeling because they've put that weird stank on Balor that he's the guy that can be beat.
He's been hot the last couple months.
Here's a credible main eventer that can take a whipping.
He's been getting a lot of wins lately.
Yeah, but it's Brock,
That's the thing.
and I got a bad feeling they're gonna have Brock win. And I don't know. I like the idea of sticking with Balor, bringing Demon versus Beast at Mania, but I gotta tell you, I don't think they're gonna be done with Brock
The thing is,
before Mania. I think Brock's gonna have to carry into Mania.
well, then who? Then who wrestles Brock for the championship at Mania? What's the better matchup?
I think we can get. I think if we get regular Balor here, and Demon Balor come Mania, and then let the SmackDown thing be the SmackDown thing. Does Bryan have anybody lined up after AJ?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I
Nobody's
really
even in the
enjoyed that.
stratosphere, really.
Last year was Nakamura, right?
Stuff it. Yeah.
That felt really good to have him go after the SmackDown title. It lends credibility to the SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have no idea. That's the beauty of the Rumble. I got no clue.
Well,
It's the best.
that's the thing is, okay. I hate to steal that old. I mean, unless they go that route
What's that?
with Balor loses here, but they build towards the Demon versus the Beast at Mania, which, okay,
Because
I'm
it's
sold on that.
too late to do it now.
Right.
But yeah, man.
I'm sold on that if that's what we're going to get at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise,
Big demon entrance at Mania.
oh God, the best thing for both Brock and the company is for Brock to lose the championship and go back to being an attraction, if you ask me. Because that brief moment when Roman had it felt good. Not because it was Roman, but because it was off of Brock, and we saw it.
I still think they saved that moment for Mania.
I mean, again, if it's Balor and it's the Demon, yeah. But nobody is in the stratosphere.
But I got the bad feeling it's going to be Balor losing at Rumble, and then they move on to somebody else. And if they do
That's
that to
what I'm
Balor, that sucks, man. I really don't like it. But they're going to do what they're going to do.
They're going to do what they're going to do.
We're going to see. We're going to watch Rumble, and I got to tell you, I'm going in with they've successfully built enough for me to go, oh, Balor can do this. They might have faith in Balor. Balor could be the one. That would be great for Balor. And then when they don't, I can be like, well, okay. Who's going to win the Rumble? R-Truth versus Brock. I'm excited. But
Finn shows up as Demon to Rumble, beats Brock. Drew wins Rumble to face Finn at Mania. See, I like the roles reversed. That's kind of why I wanted Drew to face Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the big bad dude can run his mouth for months while this babyface who just won the Rumble can be like, whatever, man, I get you at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a natural build that you don't have to do a lot for and can be super exciting. And you still have that chance of the Beast, or why do we keep calling him the Beast? The Demon showing up.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I still want.
But I like not knowing. It's fun.
Yeah.
Still
it's
want
fine.
what? Still want what?
I'm still going to watch. Now, the Intercontinental Championship, on the other hand, changed hands. Thank God. I was never a big fan of Rollins and Ambrose being for the championship.
Because, man, a good feud doesn't need a belt.
No, man. And I think that is what brought it down in most people's eyes, the fact that it was for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will ever admit that. They'll say, it's because they're worked, and they don't like Dean Ambrose, and they don't realize that they're not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Nobody will ever admit that.
He's being fantastic. He's settling back into that hate me. Oh, you don't hate me? I'll make you hate me.
Yeah.
Roll.
Now, I was never a big fan that he won the championship
Right.
and then didn't dump it off the next night.
Mm-hmm. I
I didn't want this thing. I just wanted to beat this guy. Like,
That would've
that's
been-
what I wanted.
Yeah.
And again, that's being an asshole, not getting, I'm a baby, not getting what I want. That's what I wanted because I think that's what fits that character.
Yeah. He doesn't care about belts.
But putting that championship on Bobby Lashley was something I didn't know I wanted until it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think this is going to be great because Christopher Brown said it earlier. Kevin Owens is on his way back, and if you look back a few months, who put Owens out? Lashley,
Lashley.
who's now the Intercontinental Champion. But in the meantime, you can have Lashley going up against some Apollo Cruzes of the world. You can really.
I wouldn't mind seeing, I hate saying, invoking his name, Ziggler.
Okay.
Ziggler and Lashley.
Why not?
Anybody in Lashley.
Yeah. And now you have a chance to where it's like, I kind of want to see what Lashley's
You've
going
got
to
a
do.
reason for a singles feud with Lashley.
Yeah.
That's a title serving a hell of a purpose.
Yeah.
And him wearing it's his credible as all get out.
Yeah.
Man. Of course he is. Amazing, but sorry.
So you agree with Rollins?
At the Nate Project on Twitter. Go check there. I happen to have videoed off the TV like an animal, a common savage. A fantastic little vignette with one Seth Rollins talking about Lashley's butt. Leading into, the other thing we got coming up for Rumble, U.S. title, Rusev Nakamura, continuation of that. I'm glad it's on the card.
Yeah.
Cool. Excited. Shane and Miz, okay. Fun.
Clearly, that's further. I don't know what the story they're telling is yet.
Could be to get us to Miz Shane. And if that's what it is, I'm happy with that too. Being said, man, SmackDown tag might be filling out here soon. Bludgeon Brothers could be back as soon as next week.
What has happened to SmackDown? Like right after the McMahon thing, it was like, yeah, by the way, there's more of us here. And then they've all disappeared.
Oh,
It's so weird. I don't get it.
don't know. But, okay. Now, to get into something I wanted to like kind of dig in a little bit too. What's been happening with the women's rosters?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the tops of each division, right?
Yeah, and tops off in some.
Those okay. Feels like a regression, and I think everybody literally said, "Why?" Let's start there. Why do they have Alexa Bliss weirdly
don't get that.
topless?
Yeah, I don't. Again, like people are comparing it to the Mandy Rose thing that's happening on SmackDown, which, by the way, I completely disagree with. At least,
No.
first of all,
the Mandy Rose thing fits the character, and it's
She's
what
been
she's doing.
She's been a very sexualized character,
Mm-hmm.
like not quite. What's her nuts on like Scarlet Bordeaux? Not quite that,
Right.
but that's been the thing. And the story they've been telling is this is Mind Games,
Mm-hmm.
which she came out with outwardly this week. And no, I don't want you. I'm just trying to mess around. I'm trying to F with your wife's head.
And it's getting to be and just a little bit of that exposition with Sonya Deville as well.
Yeah,
Sonya Deville's a fantastic
She's
actress.
great. I can't.
She's the best. I can't wait to get more of her.
I know. Ever since I saw that one ride along with them, I was like, I need more Sonya Deville. She's great.
She's great. The more she talks, the greater she is.
Mm-hmm.
But over on the Raw side, dude, I haven't been excited for Sasha in a long time.
Yeah.
This Sasha and Ronda teaming up against Tamina and Nia.
Who are quite the team.
And then they get to the end, and Ronda and Sasha win. Sasha gets the win. And then, they both have like a, hey, I respect you. I'm going to beat you, though. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a full-on, like, Goodfellas moment from Sasha, who gets right, like, the old head bobbins back. Oh, my God, this nasty-ass Sasha. But good guy, nasty.
Yeah.
That's that sweet spot, man. And I cared. And I was like, oh, my God. Is Ronda trying to apologize? It's like, Ronda's going to snap and be like, well, go F yourself then. And it didn't happen there, but,
She
man.
halfway did. Like, at one point, she just kind of goes, "Rrr." Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, and then we get to the back. We got Bailey and Natalia there. And they're like, hey, control your friend. You control your friend.
Yeah.
And then they're like weirdly having a row at each other.
Yeah.
Hey, this doesn't involve the title, and they have a reason to go at each other, and
Then who shows up?
equal opportunity agitators. Riot Squad. Involving this husband story. Oh, hey, look, Justin, it's the rest of the division having some fun.
Yeah.
Well, now this odd couple of Natalia volunteering Bailey for a 6-man match. They need a partner. Who could it be?
My initial thought was Ember Moon. I was like, well,
That
she's
was
not
my
doing
thought
nothing.
too, because I thought the music was going to hit, and I was like, hey, could it be Alicia Fox? That'd be fun. No, she's
Dana,
bad girl
maybe?
right now, right?
Yeah. Maybe Dana Brooks. She ain't doing nothing. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I'd like that. That'd be great. It's not a big surprise though. The debuting ish.
Ish.
Nikki
Because the funny thing is, she's not necessarily going to be on Raw.
Yeah. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. Hey, let's play around and let's show with taking these NXT call-ups and moving them back and forth between Raw and SmackDown. Again, you're showing depth to the universe and that it's all connected. Just because you're over on SmackDown doesn't mean you're not in the same universe as somebody over on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
You're just over on a different area right now. No big deal. Nikki Cross is there.
She the best. I love Nikki Cross.
This is such a tag team that has no business being together in any way whatsoever. And Bailey's smiling. Natalia's the vet. And then there's Nikki Cross, who's like, just to see them.
let
like,
me play.
Just to see them celebrating all together. It was like,
My favorite part was at the beginning of the match when like the Riot Squad is all three in the ring, and like Bailey and Natty come up behind Nikki, and she goes, "No, let me play.
yeah.
I want to play."
And there was a point when Nikki like first came out, Riot Squad like recoiled, like, Jesus, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
And look, we're chaotic, but
What's this?
what happened? I get worried that Nikki's entrance isn't going to be as big on the main roster because NXT is a little more intimate and just bouncing back and forth. It feels like a much bigger. I mean, it's the same size ring from NXT to here, but it feels bigger and the arena's bigger.
Yeah.
I worry that it's not going to portray as big. Nah, man, it felt pretty all right.
Yeah.
She looked different. She didn't look like this crazy person. She looked like this frenetic tiny monster. And you know what? Great.
She stands out.
Yeah.
I like that a couple little more pieces are coming together for Liv's game too. She did like a finger wag at some point. Like I was like, yeah, look
Did a
at you.
scream. She was a brat.
Yeah, she's a brat.
They're
It's
portraying
great.
her as brat. The announcers are helping her get that direction.
I
It's
like it.
fantastic.
Now listen here, Corey Graves.
Mhm.
Drop a Live His Life. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Drop one of those in there.
Drop a Liv loves Justin.
Drop a hashtag Liv Loves Justin because she does. It's not like you're lying. It's the truth.
He's right there. Why don't you talk to him? He's right there.
Oh, hey, Gravy.
Wrong way.
I know.
You don't want to turn because then you feel like you're talking to my. Yeah, okay, I understand. It's cool. Don't talk to him. I'll talk to him for you. Hey, Gravy. Hello.
Weird.
I know, right? Doesn't mean as much without the green screen there. But dude, it's a successful debut for Nikki Cross, showing how weird this universe kind of is.
Yeah.
And Alexa was topless for some reason for an extended period of time, and it was unnecessary. And I felt like
It's
it really
really-
diluted her character.
It's really the only misstep of the entire episode.
It
really.
it was a callback to the '90s, dude. And I think everybody literally said,
Why?
"What? You don't need this. She's a great character. Why would you do this?" So Alexa has her segment with who?
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Well, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
She gets to announce that, which is cool.
You like the look?
I'm half. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it.
Okay. The fact that you don't hate it is good.
Yeah.
Because then it could grow on you.
Mhm.
Now, like I remember seeing the initial like Divas title back in the day, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Oh
the butterfly
god, cool,
one.
butterflies,
Yeah.
awesome."
I think this is going to be something
No,
I
but
have
like
to see
Layla. She's nice.
who it's on.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what's gonna
Context will
"Oh,
context
okay."
will help it.
Yeah.
Okay. Otis came out during that segment.
Yeah. Pretty lady.
Okay, look. Otis was relatively incomprehensible in NXT. I think they just said
Tomato champs.
no English for you. I don't want you to use words anymore. make more noises, but no words. Tucker.
Go get your boy.
Your job is to contain this.
Get your boy. In a minute.
But he's not threatening. No words, not threatening. A little unsettling to people. And people are going to be more confused and terrified. Tucker.
Hey, Tucky. Tucky.
It's like I want less of a neck now. It's a mess.
It's like wrestling Chris Farley.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So he has a moment there, and then he's in the opening segment of SmackDown. Heavy Machinery's opening segment of SmackDown, which was some of the finest thing I've ever seen. First of all, Becky Lynch shows up, throws her keys at Charlie after Charlie insults her, and then Charlie drops the keys.
Nice catch.
I hope that wasn't planned.
I know, right?
And then Becky reacts to it. Nice catch.
Yeah.
Hey, good catch there. And then
New Day, of course.
New Day existing in the universe because they do.
God, they're the best at existing.
Yes,
They really are.
And Heavy Machinery is not one to be unexisted. They're making shakes because you know what they're about: shakes and weights,
Steak shakes.
dude.
Oh no! Don't no. Those eggs have shells on them, man. No,
Hey, tuner. He's a tuner. As he's putting tuna in there,
no, don't do that.
and then Otis drinks it. Can't move his head. He has oh yeah. He says yes, but with R's in it. Yeah. And then he offers it to the New Day, to which Woods is, oh no. Meanwhile, not the weirdest thing happening. Big E's just rubbing his belly. Like, I don't know, man. I kind of want to shake, but I don't know if I.
The best.
Okay, I'm gonna rub my belly over here. Y'all handle this. Woods, you got this. belly. They all exist together in this weird world, and none of them overshadow or take away from the other, but they lend credibility to the other one's existing.
Yep.
This poor Tucky's got to keep Otis in line here. It's like, give him a shake. He'll be fine. The man shows up on scene, and Woods reacts, zip the man shirt. Like, of course. Good for him.
Yeah.
Amazing. Brilliant moves. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Of course, Otis offers the shake. Becky just like, all right.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
And we were debating, did she actually drink that? I'm 100% sure she just Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she got an eggshell and was like, well, that happened.
Yep.
Then says, a little weak. Keeps right on moving.
Yep.
All of those dudes, without being belittled by the man,
Mm-hmm.
make her that much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes them bigger as a result because they exist in that same world.
Yep.
Amazing. That subtle touch of I can exist with you and we all build together. SmackDown's been doing it for ages.
Yeah.
Raw had some of that magic this week.
Yeah.
And with, again, Balor showing up at NXT UK TakeOver, Cole and Blackpool. Dude,
Yeah.
TakeOver Island.
Temptation Island.
The
So-
temptation's real. Glass.
A couple notes from SmackDown because we don't have to get into the whole thing. Because
I know, but I think that was my biggest thing of the week was just it felt like a universe this week, and man, I loved it.
Well, especially because right after that, Becky comes right out to the ring and is like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna beat up Asuka."
Yep.
To which Asuka comes out and starts shouting in Japanese, which is great.
And the more she shouts in Japanese, the more I love it. And then Graves has to acknowledge is like, I don't know what she said, but you know what she meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
It's wonderful.
And you get 2 matches within like 15 minutes.
The Iconics come out talking garbage, and then they said we're gonna fight, and then they give that look that they give of like, we didn't really want. No.
I came up with what they are. They're delightfully annoying. It is just wonderful when they come out. How annoying they are.
They're awful.
It is great.
It is great.
The rest of the show solid. Obviously, always SmackDown
man.
always is.
And again, the universe existing. AJ is down there with the peeps.
Just walking around first.
Yeah.
Just like, well, I'm here.
Oh yeah, and he came out and interacted with Asuka.
Yeah.
Oh, hey man, the women's and men's division, they all exist. It's a universe, dude. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Uh-oh.
Nate, question for you. How much longer are we going to have to put up with Graves belittling Renee before she snaps, yanks a can of bear spray out from under the desk, and unloads it into Graves' face?
I don't know, man. I think it will make her stronger in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't giving up. She ain't gonna curl up and run away, man.
Man,
I'm gonna break her, but it's just different. She's good. She's good at analysis. She's good at building character. But now she's having to do a new thing, which is fend off this a-hole.
Yeah.
Where he is.
Which, by the way,
Not her.
yeah. Which, by the way, I'm watching again the 2014 NXT,
Yeah.
and she is on commentary for a lot of the Divas matches. At that point, they were still the Divas, and she's fending off at that point William Regal, Alex Riley, and Tom Phillips.
Rage Riley.
Yeah, right. And the Tensai. Like it's rotating between Regal and Tensai.
Okay.
So
She can do it.
she gives a line of, I don't know if you guys have had much experience with girlfriends, Tom. I'm pretty sure not. Wonderful.
Oh, dude.
And then just they were coming up on Valentine's Day, and I don't know why this was okay with them. They're all kind of being like gross to Renee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Valentine's Day coming up, just in 2 days. And then Renee, cool as the other side of the pillow, I choose you, the Simpsons reference. Showing why I fell in love with her, like almost from the jump. She's great.
The more she settles in, man, the more that's going to come out.
Yeah.
She's brilliant and she's quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get that.
Yep.
Graves is going to force that, man.
Yep.
Graves fills up a lot of space. Takes up a
does.
lot of air in the room.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't one to go breathless, man.
No. And also just another thing to point out, like where I'm watching, Sasha just joined the BFFs, basically. So she's just becoming the boss. So it's these will be fun things to talk about. Yeah.
It's best.
This will be fun things to talk about on the pre-tapes.
Mm.
Oh, man.
Is Sasha Ratchet yet?
Not yet, because she's hardly anything, really. She's hardly been there.
Mm.
Like, Bailey is barely anything, too. So,
Weird.
Yep.
Weird to think of a world that was what was happening, man.
Like, Charlotte still had, like, the weird hair. Like, it's kind of like a helmet head, almost. Summer Rae was still there and important.
Oh,
Yeah.
it makes me sad. Okay.
Do you
So
have
I guess the other thing we have to like kind of talk about.
Oh, yeah,
I
Jesus.
don't know if it necessarily gets us into like one more thing kind of territory.
No, because I don't think any of it is
It's nothing
100
big.
yet.
It's just talk right now.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, AEW had its few announcements of who's coming there,
Mm-hmm.
and they've let a week go by where it's like, all right, everybody, do some speculation. I want you to talk about us. I don't want it to be forefront. We're gonna sit back, but still be relevant because all the speculation's there. Names are starting to get thrown around. Now we're worried that AEW is going to be small, very tight roster, and have to do as best as it can with what it's got, and be plucky and be all right. But nah, man. After this week, it sounds like more and more people are considering it as a viable alternative.
Mm-hmm.
You got who are the two? It's like you've got the old timers and the established people that are like having to discuss it because it's a topic that's not going to go away. It's got the all right. You've got to. It's not going to go away. You've got Diamond Dallas Page coming out saying, "Hey, man, this ought to be interesting." You know, you got Taz kind of half garbaging on it, but also saying, "Hey, it's a thing to watch." They're all coming out and having to say, "I'm paying attention."
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Jericho making his statements. It's like, I could have been WWE and been fine, but nah, I want to lend credibility to this because it's got a chance to be something different and something really good and could really change the industry. And then you've had some of the rumors. You're wearing a shirt.
I am wearing a shirt.
Goldust hasn't been around for a little while.
Yeah, he's been on the shelf.
Been on the shelf.
Recouping.
He could be done.
He could be done.
Or,
maybe go work with his brother.
you know what? Before I even considered them being brothers, I thought, yeah, it'd be a good fit for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jericho's going over there. I mean, that could be a good place for somebody that still has, you know, some gas in the tank and some credibility to lend and wanting to break some ground here in the twilight of a career. Oh yeah, it's his brother. Oh, maybe he might want to go say hi.
Well, the biggest reason, number one, I love Goldust.
Of course.
I absolutely adore the Goldust character. He's in the best shape of his life, and before the injury was arguably putting on some of the best matches of his career.
Right.
Not biggest, obviously, but best.
I still like his power slam better than Orton's.
Oh, splitting hairs there. Like, I love how smooth Goldust's power slam is.
Yeah.
So,
His is more out of nowhere than the dude that's out of nowhere. It's crazy. But continue. Sorry.
and I still love that uppercut, the drop to the back. Boom! It's one of my favorite moves in wrestling, period.
So good.
But he can go be Dustin in AEW. And that would kind of be awesome for the end of his
It'd be
career.
nice, yeah, for the end of his career to be who he is.
Yeah.
Because that was
So-
kind of Cody's thing. He didn't want to be your character. He wanted to be his own man.
Yeah. So, like, as much as I'd love to see Goldust continue, but if he continues as Goldust, what's he going to get? He's not going to get anywhere near a world title.
Mm-hmm.
And even at this point, like, is there anybody? I mean, technically, yeah, I'd love to see this matches, but there's no way that character can ascend to. We're not going to see him versus Brock. There's no way. We probably wouldn't even see him and Bryan.
I mean, I think we're at a point we're not going to see him versus Lashley.
Yeah.
Or him versus maybe like a Rusev or a Nakamura, perhaps.
Possibly. Which,
Possibly.
I'd love to see him and
I'd love
Nakamura.
to,
That'd be
but there's a
great.
lot of dudes waiting for those opportunities too.
Yeah.
And I think they're more likely to trend towards those guys rather than letting Goldust have that opportunity. So, man, I'd love to see Dustin go lend to credibility. Form out that tag team division over in AEW. Man, Dustin and Cody, so he doesn't have to be main event dude like, hey, I run the company, but here I am, champion. What's
Yeah.
up? What's up every
No, it's clear that Paige
every
is going to
indie
be their
ever?
guy.
What's that?
It's clear that Paige is going to be their guy.
Oh, you mean Hunk of the Year 2018?
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, search it out. Adam Page was declared Hunk of the Year by
Planomania?
what?
Planomania?
WrestlePlania.
Ah,
think it was.
WrestlePlania.
And his formal acceptance letter is something you should seek out and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
This was typed on a piece of paper by Hangman Adam Page. Fantastic.
So,
Other names being thrown out. They could be
Revival?
AEW bound. A Revival. Is there any credibility to that? I don't
I
know.
think everything that I've read shows that the company's just scared they're going to lose him.
It should be.
So, I mean,
They have a viable outlet who's cares about wrestling.
yeah.
And they seem to be like, I don't think that's when Dawson's talking, man. He's talking about his love of wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's specifically tag team wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, as a WWE fan, I'd hate to lose the Revival. I mean, we would still have somewhere to watch them wrestle, but there's still so many matches in WWE that I wanted to see that clearly we're not going to get.
Or a good run for them.
Yeah.
But, and that isn't definite. That's just fear. But it looks like there might be some credibility to Mike and Maria asking for releases. And there's a lot of blowback and people blowing back at talks of it yet. I don't know how official that is. It might be official now by the end of the show, but
that bums me out. I absolutely adore those two. Like watching them on social media and like Mike has really gotten his act together.
Yeah.
And he really looks the part. And the little bit I got to see of him at 205 was like, yes.
That's the dude you've been waiting for, man.
And
Maria's always been fantastic.
If they're just gonna bounce and not get the chance. I mean, again, like who can blame them?
Dude.
You know, waiting around forever. You have to make your opportunities.
And there's been people immediately coming out like, oh, you got your rehab and your pregnancy all taken care of. Now you're out. It's like, I don't know, man. How about nothing concrete yet, but ready to take some pitchforks out and set some fires. And like, I gotta tell you, I think WWE at this point in time is like, yeah, you know what? They care about wrestlers. It's kind of a nice change from where it had been in the past. So if that's what had happened, I'm sure they'll be like, well, we'll write that off as a dude we saved who wasn't killed by this industry.
Yeah.
It would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll miss that theme that we weren't getting to hear anyway.
You want me to sing it?
No.
Okay.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
This is a reminder to get your gas cap.
Please,
if
don't
you
forget.
haven't yet.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you do that.
Where does one get a gas cap?
The gas store. From Pete Gas. Come on. That was good. That was great.
No, I just hurt. That's your fault.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Do you have one last thing?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Give me one. It's a very important one more thing. I hope you're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Directly after the show tonight, Temptation Island, everybody.
Oh,
don't forget, this Friday in theaters, it's Glass. Yes. Is that what I get? I'm going to be punished now? Crank it up, man.
Hooray for happy accidents, but it's no mishap that I care. Pump the brakes, there's more to come. Wherever this goes, I'll see you there.
The problem child.
The tongue is blue.
Live his life.
And it kicks off fire. Problem child.
Is this my punishment?
Live his life and it kicks off
Well,
fire.
would you prefer
No.
this one?
Please, no, I don't. Okay, so we gotta get you a space. We gotta get these electric, dude. By we, I mean you. I don't know why I included myself. Okay.
This is actually
Wake
pretty...
up early for a bite to eat.
Vocally, this is a shit take, but my guitar actually sounds kind of good.
And square and sweet.
I haven't listened to it in a while.
Wish you loved me
How about this
as
one?
much as you- I've got no fight left, so why even bother?
I recorded it at the same time,
It's
so I was
not
like
li-
sick. What?
Digging those? Those are These Ghouls originals. Are we calling them These Ghouls originals?
Sure. They are. I wrote them.
There you go. Like that?
Both of those, Ruru and Have At Thee, are on the album, or going to be on the album. Pickles
No
and
longer
Cereal.
an EP, now it's an album.
Well, Live His Life is the EP.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Pickles and Cereal is the album.
Oh, for Christ's sake. All right, stop this madness. Well, hey, everybody, we're hashtag WrestlePals. If you dig us, dig what we do, and you like his nonsense, and you want to hear the full versions of the These Ghouls tracks, patreon.com/ohijustin. O-H-H-I Justin.
Yeah.
Go there. You get that's the home of WrestlePals.
Oh, God.
It's a wrestling show.
What else?
What's that?
What else?
The home of Deprogrammed, the finest music show on the internet. I listened to the Fozzy episode.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'm glad you finally got Sean on the show.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, he is.
I like him on the show.
You could tell the radio is making him radio,
Yeah.
which ain't a bad thing.
No, he
it was
was
fun.
definitely
It was
making
compelling.
good
It was a
radio.
good
Yeah.
listen. It was like, shh, God damn it, I gotta go listen to Fozzy. What's up? And then I
welcome.
listened to Fozzy, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So Wrestle Pals, Deprogrammed, These Ghouls, Ghoul Patrol.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hashtag WrestlePal Island too.
we come a hashtag WrestlePal Island, hashtag Wrestle Party.
That includes the pre-tapes.
Cripes, Jesus, what else is over there?
Your music show.
Oh, your music show,
Yeah.
Huh.
I started doing that again last week.
which is the jumping off point for featuring local music.
I'm keeping it short. Like the first episode was 17. I'm probably gonna try to keep it around the 10 to 15 minute
Good,
range.
they're bite size, man. It's good.
It's gonna be like, this is what's going on, and then a couple songs, and then here's some shows you can go to.
And speaking of bite size, man, the flagship. Oh, hi, Justin. The 5-minute pod, a daily delve into the.
You had a
I had an M
tagline
word,
last
yeah.
week.
It's a deep dive into the. You get in his head for like 5 minutes, yo. It's all right. Oh, hi, Justin. You get all that. If you go there, throw a buck his way, yo. It keeps the shows running, keeps that
Super
light
Secret
on.
Pod is coming there too.
What's that?
Super Secret Pod is coming there
For
too.
Christ's sake.
And some more. Probably more pods after that too.
And look, and he ain't like a one-off dude over here. When he starts a project, he sticks through it. So these ain't going nowhere. These ain't going nowhere.
Detrimental to my health.
I know, you're going to die. Please don't. Someday. But
Whatever gets me closer to live.
if you can't throw a buck, man, throw some participation behind it. Interact, listen to the shows. You can find all of them everywhere, man. Anywhere podcasts are, or Justin tweets them out, the links every week. But back to hashtag WrestlePals. If you want to see the video back catalog, go to youtube.com, search for hashtag WrestlePals. It's all there. If you don't want to look at our ugly mugs, pod versions available everywhere you can get them. iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, that other one. You know, the one, not that one, the other one. That's where you can get all the other shows too. Deprogrammed. Oh, hi, Justin. But if you want the early, patreon.com/oh, hi, Justin. Go
And
there.
actually, oh hi Justin, you can only get on the Patreon now, except for the weekly.
Yeah,
I put out a weekly one on Saturday.
some good stuff, dude. You're a weirdo.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah.
And if you want to interact with the show while we're going, because we got the chat up all the time, facebook.com/WrestlePalsVA. Go there. We stream there. That's where the chat happens to be. What's up? Follow the show on Twitter at WrestlePalsVA, or follow us individually. Justin's easy to get a hold of at the Hulkster on Twitter. If you can't put money behind the show, put some comments. Some interaction means a hell of a lot, man. Show some appreciation. Tell him that he's the best. Yeah, the best. If you want to get a hold of me, good luck. At the Nate Project on Twitter. I'll see it. It'll freak me out. I'll probably be at work though, and I'm busy. So it's rough, dude. Goddamn hashtag WrestlePals.
I lost my keys and my little doggy's bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words, AJ Styles. You know what you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.